names, yet I know their face. Follow every motion, I can't escape this place. I try to lock them deep inside, but doors will break that never died. The more I fight, the clearer it will be. The darkness always belongs to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Between panic and sense, my mind falls down. Yet the chaos in my head pulls me further around. I wear it like a nightmare, like an ancient song, telling of the things that last lifelong. I have learned to run no more, even if the voices win the war. For deep in darkness I have seen, even shadows can walk with me. Oh, trapped in the shadow of me.
Say something?
1, 2, 1, 2. The audio's coming through.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Okay, so here we are, guys. And thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it. Okay, so we'll kick this episode off. I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard.
Okay, let's kick this one off in 3, 2, 1, go! H-Outdoor Racing, H-Outdoor Racing, H-Outdoor Racing. Yeah. Like I was saying before, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we're at a live stream, and this is all live that you're seeing.
Yes.
We're in the workshop, and we're continuing on with the Coaxial concept RC aircraft. What a mouthful.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's a 3D printed plane of our design, and it's inspired from Crimson Skies.
Yes, I'm
the
not
video
sure if
game.
you're familiar with that game, but they had very out there. They were ahead of their time when they made that game.
They're ahead of their time. That's right.
Yeah, so we used some inspiration when we designed that one from that game, and that's the reason why it has kind of some odd things. And then we put our spin on it, which we put the coaxial configuration back-to-back drone.
That's right. 2 drone motors from Hobbywing back to back.
Yeah. What size propeller?
7 inches.
7-inch, and yeah. So the idea is that they both push in the same direction. Yeah.
Okay.
What efficiency wise? I think it's like 25% less efficient.
Yeah.
But it's 6S, so it's going to be epic to see that in the air.
And also the benefits of having a coaxial is effectively acts like a jet, right? It just goes straight. There's no torque from the propellers because they cancel each other out.
Yeah, induced torque. Yeah. So that's the reason why we're doing it. There you go.
And what was the movie of the week? Oh, sorry. What was the
episode this week?
The movie this week.
So the episode this week was we started making a jetpack. In this particular case, we called it a drone pack. Here's Richard, and here's an example. And that's the one that we're working on this week. And yeah, so you can check that out on the episode playlist. And what is it, Richard?
Effectively, what you're doing is you're strapping a drone pack to ourselves, right?
To ourselves. So it's got 4 motors, 4 drone VTOL motors on the back. And yeah, so that's what the build, that's the part 1 just came out. And the idea is we'll be flying it. And yeah.
Full scale,
full scale, 1-to-1. So there you go. So stay tuned for the rest of the build coming soon. We'll start really getting into it. Yeah. Fun. So yeah.
Okay, should we start the carry on building?
Yeah, we can jump over to the other screen.
Okay, see the next slide.
Okay, so here we are in the next slide. Hopefully it's coming through. Hopefully you can see us. There you go. And Richard will be in the background just checking some things just to make sure it's all coming through nicely. And yes, we appreciate you guys tuning in, past, present, and future. And yeah, so we're going to carry on designing this guy. There's a plane there to my left. Right here, there he is. And yeah, so he's multicolor 3D printed some of the few jars where the window was, this part was made on the Crowley High. It's made on the Crowley High.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll change that everything. Yeah, and then the rest of it was made on the wings were made on the K2. What, like 2 days print or something like that? Quite. Yeah.
We did the whole thing in a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
From memory.
And then the rest of it, was there any of it made on the K1? We would have probably split it.
Yeah, we split between all of them.
Maybe the nose cone or something like that. Yes.
Yeah, the nose cone and some of the main sections. Definitely the wing was done on the K2.
Majority of the filament was, what is the filament? The filament was mainly...
PLA Pro from our sponsors, KiwiFil.
Yes, that was what it was happening. Happy's joined the stream. Thanks, brother. And hey from USA. Yeah, nice.
USA.
Yeah, very cool.
They sit there in the stands like, USA.
Yeah. New Zealand's not really that patriotic, so we just give a polite clap.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the
Looking
update.
good. Yeah, nice. And we'll just change over to the other screen. This one. Yeah, that way you can see a bit more what's going on. Looking and sounding great. Yes, epic. Yeah, so, yeah, in New Zealand, it's not really, for some reason, we're not really that patriotic. We should be. We should be a bit more patriotic, but I guess, it's just, we don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess the haka, no, not really. That's only it's more of a showpiece kind of thing for New Zealand. But yeah, I guess you do that. That counts. Something.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody has to. But that's not just New Zealand does that sort of thing. Lots of countries do that. Usually from the islands or something like that. They've all got their own different ones.
Different spin on it. Yep.
Yeah, different spins. Different. I guess it's a war cry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not really a friendly thing, but it's more of a challenge. Are you tough enough
to beat me?
To beat me. And then it's like a challenge thing. Is there an answer? The other guy normally just because normally they do that in battle, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it's a battle cry, and then they
normally kill each other after that part.
Yeah. Back in the day, that's what it used to be. Yeah. It's more of it now. It's more of a publicity stunt. I guess people are turned into an endorsement, like Reebok.
They worked out they could get paid.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I always say USA because US sounds like two people, us, right? Nice. Us here,
Yeah, USA. Yeah, that sounds
good.
That
makes sense. While the plane is getting ready for the skies, exciting, yes. And what have we got planned for this live stream, which I suppose we better do a little thing.
Okay, well, we can jump into that slide.
What? We'll jump into that slide in a minute because we have to do some more work.
That is what we're doing.
Yeah, in a second. So what we got planned for this live stream is we'll continue on doing the designing, which we're pretty much nearly there, I think. We added that rubber band suspension.
We got that done on the last one?
On the last one, we finished that one. So the idea of this live stream will be to attach these and then put the nose, the front landing gear onto print, but then if that's all good and we can attach those, then maybe we can do some of the electronics.
Yeah. We've got a what do we got? We got ideally we can use this. We found this in the shop, so I'm not sure how old it is, but it's a U-back, but not sure the quality control. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a test.
The
ideally, we need this to power the servos for 5 volts because this particular the CUAV flight controller, which I'll show you in a sec, doesn't provide power.
But not many flight controllers do. Does there many that do? Maybe a small scale like this. But not in the big scale, not in the big leagues.
And the wheel? We did an update on the wheel.
What have we done on the wheel?
You can get it now.
Oh yeah, you can actually you can find this this wheel design. I think Dan Zilla suggested that we make it available. So we did. So you can find it on Patreon. Maybe some of our other designs might end up there as well if you want to see more. But yeah, so there you go. We
got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. We worked out how to make it go on to Patreon. There you go. That was a mission in itself.
Okay, and there's the flight controller in the middle. There. So at the moment it's flash with ardupilot, right? That's where we're at in the set, I think, from memory.
Yes.
And its receivers are working, but we've got to enable the servos. So hence the reason why we need the power to the servers.
Yeah, and hopefully Happy had a great week, and all the other people tuning in. Yeah, I hope you guys all had an epic weekend. What did you guys get up to? Always like to know. Everybody's doing something cool.
Yeah.
Dan sort of just joined the live stream. Thanks, brother. Hello, New
New
Zealand. Yeah, thanks, man. And hello. I think it's Canada. I think so.
Is it Toronto, Canada?
I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Canada. But yes, thanks so much. And we were just saying to have you just that we've added the wheels to our Patreon page where we could
download them if you like.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, that was better. But yes, what do you want to? Is there anything else you wanted to ask or say before we jump into the build?
Just get it done.
Just get it done. Put it on the print.
Printer machine. We can have a look at where we were on the set, so everybody's up to, including us, to see where we are on the set.
Yes, it's been a busy week this week. We have been out and about, and I guess we can say what's coming up next week on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of exciting. Yeah,
kind of exciting. Canada, yes, couple hours north of Toronto. Yeah, nice, cool, man. Canada, all good. Hear good things. Had a mate of mine. He just moved back from Canada. Said it was a great place. So he was always trying to get us to come over, but we said no. We're going to do live stream, mate. We're going to do live stream. You know, we got to meet virtually. Yeah. But yes, no, it's true. And who knows? That guy might be watching. Who knows? But shout out to
that guy.
That guy. He knows who he is. And yeah, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What? Shall we jump over? We can jump over to the other screen. Which button is that? That one? No, that's just a chair. Where do we go?
That's our first screen.
It's the first screen. This one?
Yeah.
No, that's just me again. No, then I'll move the camera over.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so anyway, just looking at this. This is where we're up to. It kind of looks like a
elephant trunk.
Trunk kind of thing. This is one of two brackets.
There's the other bracket.
This is the bottom bracket, and that is the one that houses the wheel hub that we're talking about.
And these are the rubber bands.
The rubber band extension thing, and then that weird little elephant trunk design for some reason is the one that stops the rubber band just pulling it in too much. Happy says this week he got friends in Oil Springs, lots of history. Oh yeah. I got you. Oil Springs sounds like a cool place. Yeah.
Does it have oil on the oil?
Does it have oil at Oil Springs?
We
do we have anything like that over here? Like a straight up name? No, pretty much in New Zealand it's just pretty much you just name it after a person or it's mainly most things are named after people. Yeah, it's not really straight up like I know in the States they have things like 21st Street or something like that. It's not like that direct. It's just more like I guess they do publicize quite a lot. Like they make up names quite often. They'll change them around. Like
they like to have a play.
Yeah, make it more
confusing.
Confusing for everybody who lives here, but also more appealing to tourists. I guess they make it a bit more exciting. Yeah, who knows?
Razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle. That's the right word. Yes. So here we go, and we're in Design Spark Mechanical.
Where's the tape, man?
Right now. And Happy says Oil Springs is in Canada. I believe it's the first oil wells. Wow. Dan might be able to correct you. Oh yeah, okay. Wow, okay, cool. So I guess somebody drilled into the ground and go, oh, that'll be something. Wonder what we could use that for. It's always interesting because I'm sure most of the people knows that oil and crude oil and all those sorts of things, we drill it out of the ground and turn it into plastics and fuel and those sorts of things. It's an amazing thing. The dinosaurs were, which is what the oils come from, and all that sort of thing from years ago. But it's an interesting one. Who invented that? Like, did somebody just go over to the ground and go, oh yeah, that black stuff. Oh, we could use that. Yeah, you always.
I don't really know the history of oil.
No, I don't really know. It's interesting though. It's always interesting, like who thought of the original idea. Like, you don't see that. You can't search that sort of thing on the internet. It's not really. I mean, you can find out the person's name, but who actually thought of it before that guy? Oh yeah, we could do something with that, and then send it off to an There you go. Oil Springs, Toronto. Yes, oil the way in the southern tip of Ontario, near Windsor, Detroit. I've been there. Nice. There you go.
Okay.
So I guess we're in the Bay of Islands. There you go. So
You got to live somewhere, right?
yeah, everybody lives somewhere.
You can change it.
Yeah, you can move house.
Like, it's optional. Like we could go and live in Canada.
Yeah, we could do. Only if they let us in, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure they would.
One day they are like, hey, I could run my car on that black water. Exactly, and it's a strange thing, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
More of a philosophical question for the Sunday for us. Yeah, it's about 3:54 p.m. on a Sunday. So yes, we didn't get to go to the flying field. We did say to our buddies, "Oh, we'll go to the flying field with you," and then no, we couldn't. It was I have to go and do some editing to finish off the episode on Tuesday.
No, you didn't edit. We uploaded.
I uploaded. Yeah,
Yeah, we put the video out, logged it in. Ready
yeah, there you go. That takes hours to do all that stuff. But yes. Yes, we did get it done, so that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Tuesday at 6 a.m. it will come up.
Yes, and we're out flying. We didn't actually say what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're out back with the big giant guy, the big 3D printed giant, and we're out flying
Monster,
and we're going to do some flight testing. And yeah, I don't want to wreck the supplies, but it's quite exciting. There you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it was a nice day.
It was a nice day, very hot, so not so good for 3D printing. So there you go. See what happens. Stay. Watch that space. So there you go. But yeah,
it was like 38 degrees.
It was the hottest day in New Zealand's been since it's the hottest day for like centuries. Was yesterday. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into it. Where are we up to, Jim?
Well, we can swap seats.
Swap seats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay.
I always swap camera angles too.
How does that look? Does it line up? That's why I stand here. Am I in shot?
Yeah, you're in frame. I guess you could turn it a little bit so you can see me sitting here.
Like that.
A little bit more. Look at that.
Man.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, so what did you guys get up to there, Dan? I hope you had a great one. And appreciate you all tuning in.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're up to, Jim.
Well, you can do it. I'll let you take the reins.
All right. Did we bring those calipers with us?
No.
No. Oh well. We're using them for something else.
You're actually probably pretty well there, right?
I think so. I guess we just have to check some little things. And then what's that? What's the carbon? Was it a carbon rod that I think we're going in the top of this? We just check those little increments. We
do this one?
We're doing this in a moment. It's fine.
Okay.
Just grab the. I'll grab it. Okay.
You can stay. You stay there.
You stay there. So I think that the car. No, we use the dowel engine. I think is what it was.
Hiya!
Yeah. Thanks. And yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Okay. Nice.
So that'll go into there, and then how are we going to do the rotation part?
Carefully.
So we put that into there, and that is...
Okay, so what Harry's looking at is the center borehole. That's going to be the pivot. So that's what he's doing at the moment. So yeah. So the wheel itself and the hub and stuff is below, and the rotation is at the top that Harry's working on. And are you going to do a mounting system to go to the actual drone itself?
Do on.
How's it going to attach? You're just going to drill a hole into it?
No.
I think you have to reinforce it with a mount or something. So maybe we could do that as well. Dan Silla said work was finally picking up for me. Awesome. It's been a bit slow.
Oh,
but today it's actually been busy. So that's good.
That's good, man. Nice.
That's okay. I mean, work's got to be done. It's like what we always used to say when we worked with a different career path, shall we say. We always said they always wanted to go on holiday. But of course, if everybody's on holiday, who's working?
Yeah, exactly. And we said,
the world doesn't go around if everybody's on holiday.
No, that's right. Yeah. So who's got to do it?
Yeah. It's got to be done.
Okay, so we got 26 mil in. 26 mils? That's okay.
26 mils. So what do we think of the design so far, guys? Do we approve? Do we think we need to do some changes? What do you reckon so far? Do we approve of the design? Or is there something that you see that might need to change aesthetically? Or
I mean, aesthetically, it's probably... It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Happy says, Today was a fun day. Packed late last night for an RC event, and then after 30 minutes of sleep, I left for the 3 a.m. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, that's
cool.
commitment. That's cool, man. That's cool.
That's super epic.
Super
I mean,
epic.
who needs more than 30 minutes of sleep? Right?
Yeah, I mean, you just power nap it. That's
just sleep constantly.
Yeah, just
Like
power nap
30
every, what is it, 45 minutes? I think it's 45 minutes. And then, yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
But yeah,
We're
it's not
watching,
ideal, I guess.
No, yeah. You don't want it too often, but yeah, now and then it's okay. I guess when we were watching that, what were we watching the other day? It was those seals. What were they doing?
Oh, buds, 234.
234. Yeah, well, we've seen it many times before. But the buds guys were the seals. Are I'm not sure if you follow the seals, but they have different classes and they train and whatnot. And this particular class was 2, 3, 4, and yeah. And that's what they did is that, it's sleep deprivation. So they just push themselves to the limit, and then they've got a calculated amount of sleep pattern, and then they're back out the
next day.
Yeah.
Dan Zilla says, I honestly don't really understand what you are doing with these 2 parts, so I don't have any input. Okay, so we'll explain what's happening. Okay,
that's cool.
So the one that is this one is the top half.
Yeah.
Okay, so top half, and then at the top there will be a pivot. So we're looking at the front landing gear.
Yeah, so if you hold it with your hand like this, so yeah, it's basically like this. So that this rod will
go into that top bore hole at the top,
and this part here up here
to act like to be allow it to
swivel. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
underneath we have 2. It's basically like a hinge, and we'll put a bolt that will go through that
3mm hinge.
Yeah.
And then the next one?
And then, is it the wheel holder?
No.
No, it's that one.
Oh.
That one, yes.
That one. So,
and this one will join onto that hole.
That will go into the wheel.
Yes. And then that part there is the wheel hub, so the wheel will be sitting in this position here.
And the pivot is at the top.
And then looking at this little elephant trunk, which is this one here, that is the part that we're going to add a rubber band
from there.
From this side to this one? Yeah, this one.
From over there.
To this one here.
And the reason why it has the elephant trunk is to stop it from overextending.
Yeah, so that way it doesn't cam on itself. It doesn't collapse with the rubber band. It'll just keep solid. Well, that's the theory. Yeah, that's the theory. It can still pivot this way, but it doesn't. It gets to that point, and then it will remain vertical.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
That's the theory. It's untested at this point. Happy RC says, let one eye sleep at a time, but never both. Nice. Yeah, you see her catch up on Sunday. Nice. Yeah. You don't want it. Yeah, nobody likes someone snoring beside them in any event.
No. But yes, if it's needed, and gotta be done.
And will it have a? He continues to say, will it have a rubber band or spring suspension? It will have a
rubber band.
Rubber band at this point in time. Yeah,
I think that's what people suggested.
And Dan Zilla says he got it. Awesome.
Nice. Yeah. There you go.
It all helps if you know what's going on.
Yeah, otherwise it's just like we're looking at some weird elephant trunk thing. There you go. But yes, okay, so what we need to do now is going to work out the measurements between here and here.
Are you gonna pull those bore holes in? So it's more circular rather than square like?
I think that's as far as I can go.
Oh, okay. I did it start acting funny, did it?
From last time, I think I remember.
Okay.
I can try.
Sounds good. Okay, she's gonna try and pull them in a bit more.
Yeah. Otherwise, we can just. I mean, I can do it the other way, like reroute it. But...
Oh yeah, from the top. That might be cool.
But I don't really. Yeah, that's it on that one.
Okay. So yeah, so the.
Oh no, I stand correct.
Hold the phone.
Does that look nicer?
Yeah, it looks a bit nicer. Yeah, it's cool. Nice.
Yeah, it was a bit.
It was a bit ugly before.
Yeah, it was a bit ugly.
So yeah, so
sleeker, you know.
So pretty much with CAD designing, you always do everything as much as you can before you make it look nice.
Yeah. Keep it nice square shapes, and then only when you're 100% happy,
then go back and add it, and make it look sleek and sexy. Before that, otherwise, it's a nightmare to go back. You got to undo everything.
Yeah, it's you're setting yourself up for mistakes if you do that.
Okay, so what's the
in our experience?
What's the height on that?
Yeah. Let's recalculate that.
Okay, so what's the height from?
I think we wrote it all down.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll double check it. Why not? And then we'll add like a mount from the top. And then we can start designing a mount.
Happy says lots of times getting into designing parts like this, but hopefully you'll be able to use it on other projects.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Why not?
Sounds like a plan. And it's that much more rewarding when you make it yourself? Possibly.
Yeah,
Could be.
It can be.
Could be, yeah.
Can be.
I guess you can look at it and go, oh, I made that. And then the other good thing about when you design it yourself, you can go, oh, that could be a little bit better. You can see places where it can improve because you know how it all went together.
You can adjust it, yeah. It's easier to adjust.
So that's a benefit too.
I think in modern day time, it's you can adjust the STL files, but it's still pretty tricky.
Yeah. I know when we were on Livestream.
With Melvin?
Yeah. I think he suggested that people had used different softwares to change it a little bit, because often when you go to say Thingiverse or something like that and use somebody else's files, there's always
they don't like you playing with them.
They don't like you altering them or adjusting them. So
Too much.
you run into
you can do a couple of things, like you can add bore holes and things like that.
Minor things, yeah.
But you can't like
remake it. Like, oh yeah, that wing's not right. You can't remake the shape of it. Things like that. So then you have to go and redesign the whole thing. There you go.
It's not ideal.
No. Okay, so we do that, and yep. So how high are we? Well, I guess we just do that calculation, and then
at the moment this is like sort of 130 overall. I'm measuring it off the original, by the way. This guy.
Yep,
it's the original one. This is the Mark 1. That's the Mark 2.
Okay.
Denzilla says, will glue be enough to hold it in the vertical strut rod? Should it have a grub screw or sorts? CA glue will probably be enough, I think, but just a thought. Hold it on the vertical strut.
Oh yeah, for the other piece. We're talking about this one.
Yeah, you must be talking about the top part.
On this part here, we're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. Vertical strut rod, yeah.
I was thinking like epoxy or...
I see what you mean with the grub screw.
Oh, yeah, like tighten it in there?
We can add that in.
Yeah, I mean, you can just drill in post too.
And Happy says, I like what one guy said, experience is the best teacher, but only if success is the outcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, anyway, no, this one. Yes, you want success, that's what it's all about. It
would be quite good. The idea of this one was we're really trying to get it so we could get it onto the printer today. That was the overall. That would be success if we're talking about that.
Yeah.
If only is the success is the outcome. So we'll say hopefully success today is getting onto the printer.
Yeah. Have you got a pencil, Jen?
No, I do not.
Oh.
I should do.
Okay, we'll just double check that, and then that one. I mean, they could be nearly.
Are you going to add that top swivel point like the Dan Sill was talking about?
Yeah, we can do. Just we need to make a flat surface mount to go on the bottom of that plane.
Okay.
So 45, Jen.
45, yeah.
And then from there to there.
Is the audio and video coming through clearly, guys? Just give us a thumbs up or like a smiley face or something, just to make sure. It's always good to keep track of New Zealand's internet.
48.
48?
Yeah, 48.95. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, good.
So what's that, Richard?
Hey?
What's the calculation on that?
48.
Yeah, plus that other one.
95 plus 45 equals 39.95.
There you go.
So 93.95. What's it needs? It needs some awesome flames. Sounds fab. Okay, cool. We've got lots of thumbs up. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yes, nice.
It's always something that you think about, but I mean, yeah, it's not something that helps the design as such, but
okay, cool. What's
but
that?
you want the stream to be coming through so you guys can hear.
93. Okay, so what's this one at? Yeah, what's that at?
Which
What's the overall one at?
130. 130 from that borehole, pretty much.
So we're sitting at 90 about there. Show it up so the people can see.
So that's
this camera.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at about there. Can you see that?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
So it's about just past halfway, a little bit over
You're like around
3/4. Yeah.
Yeah, 93. Yeah. He said, Abby says you guys are crushing the audio these days. What have you done the last few streams? Have been great. Okay, awesome, dude. Thanks.
And then we'll just make a mount there.
So you're gonna
Small swivel. We'll just make a mount like that.
Are you gonna do the swivel at the what is it now? The 93mm mark? You guys will use inches, right?
Yeah. So we just cut this to fit. So if we just had something that was about the same size as that, it should be fine, right? If we did the same height as this one.
Are you gonna come down and make the swivel here?
Wait, do you want to do a swivel? Do you want to do it internal?
I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
When you can even do it like there, and then that whole piece can swivel inside. Just put a hole in there, and it just swivels inside the axle like at a grub screw slot.
Also, you can only rotate in a certain way.
And they can't drop out.
Oh, fancy.
We could do that. Like use Dan Silla's idea, and then just add it part of the design so it just swivels. We could do that.
Could try and do it.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, guys? Should we do that? And that way we'll stop it from rotating.
And dropping out.
Stop it from dropping out. And 2, stop it from over-rotating. Because you wouldn't want the wheel to be facing it like 90 degrees when you come into land. That would suck.
They're like landing with a desk, like a computer chair. That'd be exciting. You wouldn't want that.
Land a computer chair. You said inches mostly, but more metric these days.
Okay. Okay, so maybe just change that screen over and I'll open a new file and then we just,
Okay.
Just to be safe and sound.
This one?
Yeah, I'll just change this over here.
You just changing something maybe in a second? Just a curiosity.
Yeah, we're fine.
External camera into... Is it this? Which one? No, anyway. Just for curiosity, can you hear audio coming through on that? The music? Is that, because there should be, we add a little track just as a test. Is it coming through? Can you hear it? Can we get a thumbs up if you can hear a little bit of audio like music coming in? It's just like a test for this live stream.
Always running tests.
It's always another test, eh? Yep. Okay. Metric for live. Yeah.
What do you reckon?
No music. Interesting.
I can't even try dragging that one up.
Okay. How about this?
Should be just a little bit.
Can you hear it now? No music, but my 3D printer is banging away beside me.
Nice.
Nice.
What are you printing?
What are you printing there, Dan? Are you printing? Is that part of R2? Is it? It might be part of R2.
It might be a different project.
It could be a 3D plane, right? Okay, yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I was just adjusting the volume.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Then we've got some background scenic,
got some
scenic sounds.
Get some music pumping.
Yeah.
Maybe on that next stream, but cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, you good to go? I can change back.
Okay.
We can. There we go.
Okay, that's a test.
This one. There you go. Yeah.
What do you reckon like that?
Nice. Okay, cool. So that test was successful. Awesome.
45? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yep.
45 all the way around, circle?
Yeah, nice. Okay, so at the moment, Harry's working on the third piece in this, the third piece in this set. So this is the part that attaches to the plane under the fuselage on the nose there, and it will be the one that allocates for the center borehole here. And also, you were talking about, you were sort of taking Dan's idea for the pivot.
Yeah.
And then also adding it with...
No, it's okay.
No worries. Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. And so that's what you're going to do. So you're going to add the bit of screw.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Add a screw into and a slot on the side.
Okay. So pull that one up, extrude it like a cylinder, and then what? Come back in, we'll route it back down. So then it's
Okay,
like a smaller.
sure, okay. Yep.
How high do we want to go? Or just the same height as that?
Which one?
So now we turn it into a solid. Yeah, so there you go. You will always work on when you're doing this kind of thing on any 3D
You start
software.
with the 2-dimensional and then pull into the 3-dimensional.
Yeah, and then you extrude away. And in this particular case, we just make it the same as this one. Thereabouts. What's that? Say 20.
Dan says the R2 is printed, fully printed. All right, cool.
All right, cool.
And he's currently printing a giant brushless motor model with his logo on it.
Wow.
Cool. And then you got a little link there. All right, nice.
Well, we'll check it out.
We'll check out the link.
Yeah, we will.
Check it out. I forgot about the rotating part on your landing gear. If it has to do that, you will need to do a slot and tab a screw to retain it. Yeah. That's what we're thinking.
That's what we're thinking.
See, yeah, we're thinking.
Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike.
Okay, what size do you reckon?
I don't know. What are you doing?
8.2.
Are you going to pull that one up? Yeah.
I was pull that one down.
Okay. So
8.2,
that's the one that's
cylinder.
on the base.
This is the one for the cylinder head. That
Okay,
way
so-
you can
so-
put the screw in to it.
So
And then shove back down, extrude back down.
does it need to be the same size as the one that's already on it?
No,
Yeah.
I've already got that. That's the middle one. I'll put a flat head on there.
No, I was meaning the one that goes on top of it, the one that you've already extruded up, that part.
I've done that.
It's the same size, is it?
8.2. Yeah, same size.
Okay, cool.
I'll just put a flat piece in there.
Double
and
check
extrude.
it. Got to check these things.
What do you reckon? 8.2 times.
You can adjust the length of the bolt. I mean, it wouldn't even matter if it was like huge. Are you going to do like a 3mm bolt hole?
No, like, I don't know, what's that? Just made up a number. What's that? 2.4, probably a bit more. Not enough, eh?
Yeah, need to be bigger than that.
We just pull through. Say what there?
Yeah, I think
Make
so.
it easy.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. And what do we think of the design, guys? Are we happy so far with where it's going? What trajectory it's going? Hopefully, digging the idea.
What do you reckon? About there?
So the bottom part that is the part that you're screwing into the bottom of the plane, right? Yeah. Nice.
What's that?
So that bottom part is the part that you screw.
Yeah. This part's the base structure. I'll make it nice in a second, but yeah. So the rod, this rod, will go into this part, into the middle, to about there. 10 mil in should be right. Or do you want to get more? I can go in a bit more. That's okay. And we'll go in, and then we'll put the slot, and route to a slot on the side of that.
What's the outer ring for? What's
I
that?
don't know this one. Not needed. But yeah.
Even I'm getting confused. So what's the have you got the distance right between
How far down do you want to go?
the same as this?
Yeah, I've got that.
You got
So
that?
that's
Okay,
the whole
sweet.
thing.
Okay, cool.
But now we've got to put a slot in it. I've
Okay.
got 10 down. Do you think it's enough? What do you got left?
10 down.
Do you want to get more?
Well, you wouldn't need to do it at 90, would you?
Well, it's 20 total. That's how big that one is. 20 total. So I could go down a bit more if you want.
Yeah, a bit more.
Right there.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. So
Nice,
that measurement will be 6. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Six is okay.
Six, that's fine. Yep.
And then we'll route those edges out to give it back the strength. Otherwise, it will.
But add your slot in now. How are you gonna cut your hole for the slot?
I was going to move this plane.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Halfway. Maybe that is. I didn't see what the measurement was.
I don't know. 14.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there, guys.
What color are you gonna make your R2D2?
Yeah. Is it
What
gonna
color are you gonna stick with a traditional R2D2, or is it gonna be
be
more
like
like,
traditional blue and white?
or is it gonna be more
What is it? Let's see.
Yeah, he's pretty blue and white, is he? But I know modern day time they can come up with like all different type colors and I guess are you sticking with the traditional one, or is it going to be sort of weathered, or is it going to be more like a like I know some of them have them set for like a parade and stuff. They're super shiny and stuff.
Oh
Gloss.
yeah.
Lots of sand, I think is what Mike and John were saying about their particular droids. Lots of sand involved to get it that nice color. He's standard blue and white, nice. And have you started? Oh, so you have made it blue and white. Is he? Did you do the color with
Yes,
like
7.
say a CFS or an AMS? Was already selective colors, or are you going to go back in, or have you already gone back in and painted it, as it were? There's no wrong answer.
No.
Either way is cool. Just a different approach.
Okay, so here we are cutting back in.
So you wouldn't want to set at 90 degrees, right? So it'd be more like what? 45, yeah. It's made from poly matte color, cotton white, blue, and silk silver. And it's done the AMS. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Did you use all the all 4 spools on the AMS at once, or did you just use like just the blue and the 3 colors?
Do you want 90 degrees?
3 colors. So I guess you use all 3.
90 degrees? Was that too much?
Not 90 degrees. You do like 45, 45.
What, 45 of that little gap there? So it can swivel that much. What do you want more than that?
How much of a swivel do you need?
Mm.
Well, I don't know. At least, as long as it's not that. Right?
No, there's this
as long
much.
as it's not, if it's like that, it'd probably be right. Like,
Well, that's
what's that,
90
like
degrees
6?
swivel. That's 90 degrees swivel, so that's...
I guess if you did 90 degrees like that, that's 45 from the bottom, right?
Yeah, well, it's all this is covered, but not that part there.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't go 90 degrees.
You mean 180 degrees?
Yeah, like I said. He said he applied the silver rub and buff to the silver silk parts, like the dome, for example, to make them look like brushed aluminum or aluminium.
Wow.
And he used 3 colors there. That's good.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool. So yeah, just going back in and adding a piece that we're going to chop out.
It's true though, because if you added too much sanding, it would take out the color, wouldn't it? So that's why you use the buff. Nice. And he's used transparent TPU for the lenses over the lights. Oh, very cool.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds pretty cool.
Why is that going not complete? Have I done something wrong?
You have to go all the way to the center bore.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's all right now.
Can you print on the Bamboo Labs, I think that one is, can you print with TPU directly from the CFS, or do you have to do some funky stuff? Or do you use a different printer for that? Because I know that the K2, the CFS that we use, I don't think it's advisable to use a TPU through them. Not to say that you can't. I'm sure people have done it.
How big do you think?
Well, if it's a 3mm bore hole, so just do it like what, 3.3 or something? 3.3, 3.2?
3.4. Yeah, okay.
And that way you can sink the screw directly into the wooden tube, stop it from coming out, and then also at the same time solve another problem, which is the
falling out.
The falling out issue and the 90 degrees overset, which would just suck.
That would. But so far we're doing all right.
He reckons you can't put the TPU in the AMS system. You have to use an external spool mount.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I guess
I think it sounds pretty similar to the CFS then. You gotta go without.
You go without for that one. Yeah. 3.4. There you go. So there you go. We added the slot.
There we go. There's your slot suggestion there, Dan. But sort of done our sort of own take on it. So
well, it's
our take.
Everybody's take. Yeah. What do you think? Happy with it?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think? What do you think, guys? Do you like it?
What do you reckon? Happy? Is it good? Are we liking it? Maybe I was thinking maybe we could add some roundness to the inside column.
Do you want to flatten this end, top end? Yeah.
What?
Fill it. Pull that down. How far do you reckon?
What are you doing with that?
Just filling the end. Because you don't want it going all the way through, right? So what? 3 mil?
What are you doing?
Just finishing the cap off. Like that.
Oh, okay, sure.
So it's only one way. So it goes in.
Okay, I'm with you. All right, I might have to do that top parts. Nice, we're getting through it. So maybe, and then pull up those sides.
Oh, you just strengthen them.
Yeah.
17 mil.
Dan says he's waiting on a slip ring for his head, so you can spin 360 degrees indefinitely. Oh, infinity. Yeah, nice. And just learned about the slip rings. Nice. He said it looks good. All right, cool, man. We got the approval. Awesome.
Sweet. Look at that.
Yes. I mean, definitely not human, right? You'd never be able to spin through 360 degrees
No.
for infinity.
That's cool. Oh, hang on. What's he doing? Gotta give him strength.
Yeah, so that gives it strength by adding those round parts in there. And that's just to make it look nice. That one.
Just for aesthetics. What do you think? Happy with it?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we need to do the last. Are we all good?
Do we need to put a routing? We don't need to do around the same thing on the bottom.
Come again?
Or do we need to put the same shelf on the bottom one? No, it won't need to.
Well, you could just add the.
Because this will spin on this one, and this will be the spinny one, and the other one would be solid.
He said, "Not my head, RT's head." Yeah, exactly.
I think it was an episode of Bear Grylls, and if you're talking about 360's head, and what he said is if you're in the wild with, say Africa or something like that, South Africa, or where there's lions and tigers and those sorts of things. Generally speaking, those animals will come up behind you. And he said, so what you do if you're in the wild, I don't know if it works with bears, but I don't know anything about them. But yes, and that's what he said. He said, make sure when you do that, you put your sunglasses or your hat, if you had that, but you put your sunglasses on the back of your head. So then to the animal, it seems that, you're looking at him.
Would that work? I don't know.
I don't know if it works, but that's what he did in one episode. I thought, there you go. That's what that reminded me of.
Okay.
I've never tried it out myself, but I've never seen
like a cheetah.
A cheetah in the wild.
In the zoo.
Other than the zoo.
Which isn't quite the same thing.
No.
Fine perspex guard.
Yes. Bulletproof shield and all that. But there you go.
Okay.
I imagine they're pretty quick animal.
Did you want me to do this?
Which one?
This one.
Yeah. Oh, you can do. Oh, I don't know. Where are we up to? I guess we're up to printing. I guess you could if you want.
We'll do it when we do that part then.
Okay. Okay, so we've done that one. I guess I think we should be all right. We can go and put it onto print, should we?
Oh, I know you're going to add the hole to that last one that Dan suggested.
Which one?
Add a borehole for the other side, the one underneath it.
Do we need to put another ball like this?
Not that. Just a straight hole, like 3 millimeters or 3.2.
On this one?
Yeah, just add into the side, like near the top somewhere.
Over here?
Yeah, because that one will be affixed, right? One's fixed, one's
so it doesn't fall out unless you want to glue it.
Oh. Yeah, but you can add it in there. This option's yours then.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise,
you sure we can do it?
Happy says he thinks his mum had eyes in the back of her head.
Nice. Maybe I can come down.
They say like an eagle or like a predator bird can do that, right?
They got very good.
They can rotate their head.
Oh, like an owl.
An owl or something like that.
What do you reckon?
It's like 3.2.
3.2
or 3, yeah.
3.4 is what they did the other one. So do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that won't work.
Why?
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay. 3 is.
That's right. Just there you go.
Okay, I didn't actually know you could do that.
What's that?
What you just did. There you go. You learn something every day.
They gone through?
No.
Is it?
Yet. Oh no, I might have done. Yeah, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice.
So
That's pretty good, isn't it? Not
yep, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah.
okay. So we're good then. I think we're good, ready for printing. Is there anything else you needed to add?
What are you going to print it out of? Oh, we can worry about that in a second. So that will go to there. That will go to there. This part here will go to no, not that one. This one will go to there, and this one will go to there.
Yeah, I think that's all the parts.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'll jump over to the other screen, Reggie.
So this one.
We'll
That
just save it.
There we go. So just a second, I'll grab the USB and then we'll jump into the next section. Hang on.
Right, I'll just save this while you're doing that.
Yeah.
But yes, so far we're doing pretty good, I think. I reckon anyway.
Are we going to do it in PLA Pro or?
What kind of material do you guys reckon?
What material do you reckon? Do you reckon we should do it in? I was thinking machinery grey because then it would match this, hey? Silver.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's silly. What do you reckon? Cool Cat says he joined us. Hey, dudes.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Had a frog with it.
Yeah, press print already. Exactly. Have you guys ever done a 3D parts? This is Happy talking. 3D print designing tutorial might be a cool video idea. No.
What was it?
He says, have we ever done a 3D designing parts tutorial? I guess technically we're already sort of doing it right now. But I guess you're not saying like, you know, like press 1, 2.
Yeah, it's a bit more casual. But yeah, it's an option.
But I guess, I mean, if you'd watched, I mean, you guys have probably be experts now, watching us a couple of times.
Yeah.
Right?
I reckon.
I reckon you'd be pretty good now. You good?
Yeah, just saving it. Last minute saving.
Last minute saving. So there's a couple options. Hang on, I'll grab the options.
I'll just save it as STLs.
Yeah.
So then, I'll just go back in and just change the formats. What you can't see, but I can't share that part just yet. But yes, we're just changing them and saving them as STLs.
Yeah.
That way we don't give the game away for other projects coming up. So just
okay, so we've got two choices. We've got this one here or this one here. The difference is they're both obviously filament. This one here is RPETG dark green ocean, which looks like this. Oh, there you go. There. Like that. So that's what we're looking at. That's one option. There's always black. We can do that one.
Now, ideally, you'll kind of want it to blend in, right?
So that's sort of like a greeny color, I guess you'd say. And then you've got sort of what they call a machinery grey. What is RPETG? So RPETG is.
You mean what is the molecular structure? Do you know what that is off the top of your head?
No,
I think it's got.
So,
I'm not sure.
But to answer your question, RPETG is PETG but recycled.
RPETG, yeah.
So just regular PETG, but it's recycled here in New Zealand. Yeah, nice. Yep, recycled filament. Yeah, with you. And this is another PLA Pro, which is this one, and this is machinery grey, which is that. Oh, hang on, I'm covering up the light. There you go. Wait, there you go. That's that one. So this is what they call equivalent of. It's called PLA Pro, but commonly used as PLA Plus is what it's called. But both recycled filaments, which is pretty cool. They work just as cool as everything else. So yeah.
All good, very good.
So what's the and the other option is we could just print it in black PLA Pro. You guys can leave your suggestions which color we should go with. In the meantime, I'll see if I got any other colors or filaments. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, maybe with that, Richard.
So that PLA
Should I leave this? Do you want the software up or no? I just close it?
You just leave it up on the window.
Right.
Okay, so there's a black here. Apparently.
And I'm just in the background opening the next software, which will be using Quality Print. We're good?
Yeah, so there's a black as well, PETG. Do you want to use that one? That might be cooler.
Oh yeah, so good idea.
Use
Black.
the tough stuff. It's going to get banged on hard touchdowns. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we'll use the black.
So we'll come with a third option. you don't want to do it in green, do you?
No, just go with the black thing, I think.
Okay, so we'll go with a third option, which you didn't have before, which is RPTG. Same guys, KiwiFil, and yep, this is just their recycled black version.
Very
We'll
cool.
do that.
Okay, we'll do that one.
Okay. Cool stuff.
We're getting there.
Do you want to change back to that window?
Yeah, you can change it.
Oh, have you brought the items in?
No, good point. I was trying to get some water, but I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, you can do that in a second.
But yes, hopefully everybody's enjoying the stream.
Yeah, give us the old thumbs up if
And,
you're having a good time.
Well, yeah.
Play us down the radio. Make some noise.
Because here comes
Here
thunder.
comes thunder and what was the other ball
I
called?
was going to say lightning. Thunder and lightning.
Thunder and lightning. They got really cool names, these guys.
No, they always have good names.
There's like 1,000 kgs worth of animal comes out. It's like, yeah. It's cool. Oh, I do hear a faint music. Or is that your printer? Yes. I'll turn it up slightly so you can hear a bit more. Hang on.
We're testing something.
We're just testing this audio at the moment. Hang on. How's that? Can you hear it a bit better now?
It's only supposed to be like background.
It's only meant to be like sort of in the background. Is what
Background,
we're testing at the moment.
yes. Somebody said, I think it might have been Nick might have said that one of our good
Yeah,
mates that
okay,
we
yeah,
fly
now they
with,
can hear it. Okay, cool.
suggested we should have background sounds. So.
Yeah, it's not drowning my volume out, is it? It's all good. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, and just imported these last ones.
Nice. Yep, it's good. Okay, cool. All right.
There you
Okay,
go.
so Harry's preparing.
What do you think? What do you like? Is that cool?
Okay,
There's
okay.
one,
Jump
two,
into your slide so they can see what's happening.
Yeah.
I'll jump
Yep.
into Harry's slide so you guys hear. Oh, at least we've got the volumes right now. That's cool. Okay, what are we doing? We're doing
Bottom one.
that one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are in Quality Print software. The place to be when you're using the K1. And you can see in the top right-hand corner, I've selected generic PTG. Yeah, I'm sure Bamboo Labs would have something very similar, and you can just add if you're doing multicolor printing along the top, something like that. They're all pretty similar, aren't they?
Yeah,
And the printers are all selected on the left, on the left-hand side.
I would imagine it'd be pretty similar.
Yeah,
So they have to be, sure.
As you can see, I just what I could do is I could actually just pick the parts up, and then you can actually see them kind of interlace.
Can you do that?
Oh, kind of.
Kinda.
Why not? You can kind of see what the plan is. And just pick this guy up here, and you can kind of see that. Ta-da! Dun, dun,
Is that
dun,
the right
dun.
way around? You got to rotate it 360 degrees.
What?
You got to rotate. No. That.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had it the wrong way around.
So I had this right. Oh, hang on, that was terrible. Hang on, we'll do it again.
You silly goose.
Okay, so that guy.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah,
there. Sorry. There you go. You can kind of see. There you go. You can kind of see exactly what's happening. There you go. Hang on, I'll just get rid of that window. We don't need that. So there you go. There you go. You can see what's the plan, Sam. So there'll be a bolt that goes through there, and that'll hold that hinge on. And this little elephant trunk thing will come down, and the rubber band will go around here. Ta-da! Hopefully that makes a bit more sense. And the wheel will go in here. and swivelly action at the top. Okay, so saying that, we won't be able to print that like that, so I'll move it back.
Looks good though.
Yeah, it's coming along, isn't it? What do you reckon?
What percentage infill do you reckon? What do you reckon, guys? What infill size should we do? Should we do? It doesn't need to be at 100% or 90%. It can be less than that. What do you reckon? What should the infill size be?
Enable supports, which is always good. Good format.
Oh, I don't know.
Adaptive.
No, probably good because you want to
Max strength.
max strength. Yeah.
But you don't want to get too heavy. Adaptive cube is pretty good. Never had a problem.
Okay.
We want to be nice and light, don't we? What do you reckon?
What do you reckon, guys? I'm thinking around 30%. Do we all agree? Or do we go, no, that's wrong? There's no wrong answer at this point. There isn't, is there?
No. 15. Where's that? Where's my water guy? Where's that?
We're
go?
down the other end.
Okay, great. I'll leave that there for a second.
Yeah, super hot day.
It's a very warm day.
He said more walls are better for strength, more than infill. That's true. Good point. More walls. 30% and 4 walls, he reckons. That sounds pretty good to me. 4 top and bottoms. Yeah, nice. What do you reckon, Harry? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess 30%. Probably too heavy.
30%? Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Okay. You got my microphone. All right.
Okay. So you add more. Are you going to add? How many walls do you have in there? I've never had a problem with that. So.
Two wall loops in the moment.
And Happy says, Beano's, I don't have any printing experience. I reserve the right to keep silent without an attorney present.
I'll just change it.
No, you can't go wrong, eh?
Well, you
can. I mean, you could go drastically wrong.
Yeah. Oh, let's just redo it.
Not bad, though.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
that's what we'll do.
30% and their wall's done. Cool. Okay.
Because I know that this one here, he worked and he was sort of around 30%, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
5 is cool too.
5%.
No, he's talking about the wall size. 4 or 5 wall size.
Alrighty. Yep. I think it's all selected.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's right. Yeah.
All good. All right. Right as rain. Okay, slice the scale.
How long is it going to take? You think?
I don't know. Probably longer than this live stream.
I
That's
don't know.
okay. We'll put it on.
How is
It's not very long. It's only 1 hour.
Oh,
45.
sweet.
Oh, we might get it done this live. Who knows? Okay, so there you go. There's little supports there. That's all good. Happy days. Happy days there. Supports there. That's all good. And for a weird backwards time lapse, this is what it looked like.
Yeah. He says 5 walls on the top and the bottom. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Happy days.
This will be fun, I think. But yeah, your suggestion will be stronger still. Cool. Okay, we'll just save it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so Harry's going to save that, and then I guess I need to change the hang on a second. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So get that music going. So then what we'll do is I'll grab the camera actually. So then I'll move the camera so you can see what's going on with the printer. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise it would just be you'd only be able to hear our audio. You want to be able to see it too, right? Yeah. Okay. Bear with.
Anyway, so you might not be able to see me, but I'm just off camera. And I'm just doing this, writing this down. Richard's in the background doing this. So we'll be back on screen in a second. I just save this. And that's save successful. There you go. Just checking that. Yep, we're happy with that. Okay.
Right, yeah. Cool.
Okay, cool, and I'll check that. But yes, so some people use different ways of doing it. Some people do it directly from cloud software, but we always do it from the USBs, don't we, Richard?
Yeah, mostly from the USB.
What about you, Dan? Did you use
Yeah, Dan, do you use the
USB or how
do you use it through the Wi-Fi network, or do you do it straight through the USB? Okay, your one, right?
Yep. Are you
Yeah.
gonna do that other phone thing, or are you happy?
Okay. Studio camera. Okay, camera's going now. It's just your back.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Hang on. Just my back.
Yeah, it's just your back.
Do we need the phone, Richard?
I can see it though. Yeah, it's coming up.
That
Okay,
better?
so he does it over Wi-Fi apparently here.
Oh, nice. No, I never tried it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And is it? I mean, you're happy with how it works over Wi-Fi? I'm sure it's pretty good. Have you ever had any anything stop or anything?
Yeah.
Malfunctions, I guess.
But anyway, so we're turning it on. Did you need to turn the other one on, Richard?
What other one?
Phone.
Oh yeah, go on. Oh, yeah, sure. You can do it. Go for it. I'll do this. You got that?
Do you want to try that? I don't worry about it.
I don't know. What do we do? What do we do next? One problem at a time.
Yeah, we just sort this problem.
Okay, so I got this RPETG, which is the recycled PETG black. I load it into the dryer. Make it. You don't necessarily need to use a dryer, but with this particular printer, it actually works a lot better if it does have it.
And Dan says it's, I guess it's the Bamboo Cloud version. But it's worked flawlessly from day one. Oh, nice,
Okay.
excellent.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Maybe we could try doing it with the quality one one day. But yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. We haven't got around to testing everything, but we do use the app. It's quite good. I'm sure Bamboo has got one as well, where it's quite good, where you're off doing something else, and then the you can get notifications and all that sort of stuff, and the camera feed coming in on what the printers are doing. It's always good. So what are you doing, Richard?
I'm just turning up the temperature, 240, and then extrude it just so it is going to extrude, hopefully. Everything going correctly.
So yes, coming up, I think what we'll do while this one's working on this guy is what we'll be doing in a second is we'll be jumping over to the plane and continuing on and doing some electronics. Some of the wiring on the UBEC. So that's coming up on the live stream. And we'll just jump over to this camera while we're waiting for this one.
That was quite successful, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We'll just wait for that to warm up before we change over. But yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Yes, we like making them for you. What is this? It still, Dan says that it still downloads the whole thing to the printer, so a connection problem won't interfere. Oh, that's good, because you don't want that sort of thing, would you? Because I'm not sure what the internet's like overseas, but in New Zealand, it's it doesn't matter if you've got broadband, doesn't matter if you've got the
best of the best.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the downside too, of course, broadband you can't do. It has to be locked in the one location. Yeah, since we do these these live streams, various locations, it wouldn't really work.
Right down the road with a fiber optic cable.
Don't mind me, mate. I pulled it out of the ground. There you go.
Tap into somebody else's.
Yeah, so there you go. But yes, there you go. So yeah, so far so good.
So what's the scale going forward? What do we think we're doing?
Yes, so grab that little part that we're going to start working on. So
you can open it up. I'll go check on that.
Yeah, we should just go and check on that in the background. Oh, so that's what we're going to be wiring up, a little UBEC. This one is theoretically, I think is the right one. But we'll find out. We'll do some tests and those sorts of things. We just found it in the shop and thought that could do the job, what we wanted to do, which is power the servos required on this plane. The servos that control the flaps, ailerons, and rudder. Yeah. So once we got that sorted out, would we use it to power anything else? Maybe FPV? Maybe.
Don't know. It doesn't have it set up yet.
Don't know. We haven't set the FPV up yet. Do you want to see FPV set up on that? Yeah. Leave your thoughts. Yeah. I mean, it would be quite cool to fly it that way.
But I guess you can always add it at a later date. Right?
Yeah, we can always add it in the post production. But yeah, so we're going to do some soldering on that. And I think the plane is coming along quite nicely.
Can change back into this slide, isn't it?
This one. There you go. So which is just using his little glue stick. Yeah.
Do you guys use glue sticks or do you use kind of like a
spray kind of stuff?
Like a spray adhesive stuff.
Yeah, what do you guys use? Some people use tape.
Do they?
Yeah. They put tape down on the beard. Or they did in the old days. I'm not sure if it's like that now. But yes.
So you have a personal preference, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess while Rich is doing that, I'll just check to see if the stream's all working in the background nicely.
Okay. Should be all good.
At the moment, we're using the K1.
Yep. So printing it, off it goes on its little mission. So it's going to do its little calibration and then it'll start printing hopefully. Good to go. We'll get there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
He uses glue stick just for the PETG. Nice. Yes, it does do some funny stuff when you don't use it. Okay, we'll come back to that camera in shortly. But yes, and we'll go back to this one. Yes, we were when did that go wrong once? The beginning maybe somewhere when we first started on this, some of the 3D printing stuff. Maybe even on that guy, which is the original Ender 3, and we had PTG, and for some reason couldn't work out why, but it was warping off the beard and things like that. But yes.
Oh, nasty stuff.
Yes, but we don't put glue stick on that, do we? Ender 3 doesn't. It just
probably meant to.
Probably meant to. We just never do. Yeah, he's the old guy that works. He's the tortoise, not the hare, and that guy.
Yeah.
But all the other guys use glue sticks. Is it quality high? Yeah.
Everything else uses glue
Everything
stick.
else does, yeah.
I don't know, he just never had a problem, so we just never used it with a glue stick.
And what does he do these days?
Mostly TPU stuff. Like these wheels would have been made on the Ender 3.
Yeah. Wheels, TPU. He does a great job on TPU. He's not necessarily the fastest, but he'll get there.
He's definitely the tortoise, right? He just just one foot in front of the other.
And then it's down. There you go. Okay.
So do we have any wire? I just remembered. I don't know if we have any wire.
What?
Well, do we have any wire for that?
Oh, should do. Sure.
Hang on a sec.
Otherwise, Richard might go for a little trip.
I got this stuff.
Do the job. Yeah, it's fine. Have we got two colours or just that one?
You're lucky. You're hopeful.
I mean, we got black. Black's okay.
No, just got that. Oh, no. This is another black.
Black or black? Black or black, apparently.
Does it matter?
No. We got heat shrink there, so it should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get into sorting this guy out.
How are we going to do the cameras?
And I think that other guy, what's that? Yeah, and I think the other guy, he's just, we'll just jump over to that other camera so you can see what he's doing. Yep, he's still going strong. He's just doing his startup routine.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go and sit up here because we're going to need to do some soldering, right?
Are you going to do it over there or are you going to do it here?
What?
Well, you can't really. You have to do it over there.
We could do it on the desk.
It's probably a terrible idea. We'll do it over there. We'll just move there. I'll just turn this camera over there.
I don't know. I could bring that other camera in. That's what I might do.
Oh, we'll just move the camera back when we want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing you could do is you could talk about this one.
Okay, yeah, we can see that. Yeah. So yes, coming up on live stream, we've got some other builds that we've got made and some parts just arrived from Hobbywing. So yes, we'll be making something. We won't say exactly what we've got, but there's a little sneak peek. And yes, can you see that? There's an ESC, and that is a motor. So that will be coming up on the build on live stream. So there you go, a little sneak peek of what's to come. So yeah, stick
What do you
around
think
for
it might
that.
be?
Yes, what do you guys think it was? But yes, that's kind of a cool one. We've taken some suggestions from you guys, and yeah, what you guys wanted to see. So we thought we'd do that idea. It'll be revealed shortly, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, and yeah. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to start opening this one up, doing some wiring, and which is just getting some of that electronic stuff together. And that way we get the plane done. So yeah, this is a little U-Beck. They come in different sizes, different shapes, different forms. Yeah, there it is. Hopefully it does the job all good. And we'll put them together. We just need to wire on an in and an out, and away we go. And then we'll test them. Give them a test, we always do that. And then see if it's okay. If it's okay, we'll carry on. Oh yeah, looks like the feed's going down.
Yeah, you can put that back onto that print.
There you go. There you go, that's them going. So that would be good to see that all done. Okay, how are we going on, Richard?
Yeah,
Just
I
moving
think
over to the
we're
next
pretty
spot.
well set up.
Just about setting up now.
And the other thing that we'll be working on shortly is the disco, right?
Yeah, be working back on the quad tilt, so that'll be coming up on the episodes. That'd be cool.
Guess I can show you what it looks like.
When we say the quad tilt, we're referring to this giant guy that. There he goes. Here's half of it. It's coming in. There you go. That's the guy we're talking about. And
Now,
yeah,
what do we have to do with this guy?
I think
we have to
it
work
needs
on the wings, right?
And it needs a tail, and it needs motor mounted.
He's massive, man.
It's quite large. Yes.
This is only the front half, by the way. It's like a big shark coming in. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Like Jaws.
Like Jaws. Like Jaws, man. I'm just gonna have a check on that guy.
Oh yeah. All good? Yeah. Coming together?
Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll change your slide so you can see what Harry's looking at. There you go. There's Harry and the other slide. Making sure it's all happy.
Looks all good, yeah. It's just putting the first layers down.
Yeah. Always got to check on, make sure it's all good on the first. It's always seems to be the initial part, right? Like,
yeah, that's the one you watch, and then after that, it should be all good.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got some soldering to do, apparently.
Gotta be done. Gotta be done.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna do that. Move that camera over here.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, move this camera over here, and then that way you can see what we're doing.
Nice. Okay. We could just bring the whole thing. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and leave it on that. Happy RC says, "Wow, it's so huge. You need a monkey for a test bar." Yeah, it is quite big. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, a second. You get caught up. Yeah. It is quite large. Yeah, it looks the part. The box where the dreams come from. That's like you should. There's a slogan, right? You should slogan that. The box where dream comes. This is what they always say with like when they're doing like a movie and stuff, right? The trailer voice, they always go like, "The box where dreams come alive." What do you reckon, Harry? Yeah. Okay, so Harry's setting up for the soldering that we're gonna do, so you guys can see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay, so what we might have to do is we have to disengage that light and then plug you on into it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You do that?
Yeah, you can do it.
Plug it in there. Yeah, that's what I think we'll do. Which one's that? Science station.
But yes, we're getting there. We're just moving some stuff around.
Station. Science station's that one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, science station's still going. Still going good. Yep. Just make sure we don't turn the wrong one off and turn the right one on. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Yep. Yep. So we just plug this one in, and then we'll get into soldering. All good? He's happy. Okay.
Okay, so what do we need to do with this sucker?
All right. Okay, so we'll swap over to the other camera frame.
Yeah, you got the light. Bring the light over so you guys can see us. Then that way you can join in too.
Yeah.
You can see he loves it. Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Can you see what we're doing?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Really come prepared.
What's that?
But yes, there you go. Which is just setting up a little fan that we made to suck out some solder.
Okay.
Solder smoke.
Solder smoke. Smoke.
Okay.
Not really ideal with the cardboard there, is it?
Not really. Oh, dude.
I got some. I'll put some wood down.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
But
it
yes.
just makes no sense. Can you
But
see
yeah.
us, or am I too close?
I can back it up a bit.
Well, I guess you could see what we're doing. So that could be like a close camera.
Yeah.
Maybe just bring it in close, just on the
And then we can
workbench.
just, you can hear you can see what we're doing. Oh, too close.
Too close. Like here.
I think it was better before. But anyway, it's all right.
All good?
Yeah, I think you can see it. Yep, there you go. Sorry about that. Well, she doesn't have a head, but that doesn't matter.
I do have a head.
But I'm not on screen. And I'll just go and check to see what's going down with the other guy. Yeah, he's going good. He's about 6% into this print. So he's going good.
Okay. Okay, so if you can see here on this particular one, hopefully it all works. But we can only find out when it's actually activated. We've got some load on it. Yeah, so we've got 4 lines to put in. So we're just going to put some like little ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, power goes in, power goes out. So it's going to change it over from whatever it is that you want it to do. So in this case, it can take 50 volts in and then it can put 35 volts out. But we're going to change that to like, it runs on 6S, doesn't it, this one? So that's like, what, 22.2, give or take, maybe a bit higher, and then come out at what? Is it 5 volts for the servos?
Yeah, 5
so
volts,
it's got a little variable resistor at the top. They're all quite different. Some of them are set, this isn't set. So we're going to have to check it. We're going to put the load into it and then tweak it until we're happy, basically. But first I need to put in a cable, right?
That's what it's all about. Yeah, and that way we get supply power to the servos, and that way it works.
Just cut some short links. We good?
Yeah, I think it's coming through, yep.
You guys can see me on this camera, hopefully you can.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah, just put like a little bit of wire each side, really.
What do you mean?
Just put a wire, tack a bit on, and then we'll do a little test. Plug it into what, like a 4S or something? 6S battery?
6S, bro. Do we have a 6S here?
Have a look. I think we do.
You got that lithium ion packs there.
Yeah. Do we have XT60, XT90?
Not on me, no. How's that coming along, guys? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so I just use this little stripper here. strip the
Yeah,
wires.
we could do it at XT60, Richard.
XT60.
Like a temporary one. XT60 because those ones are running at XT60.
Do we have an XT60?
Oh, I'm looking.
There you go. You can adjust it to the other music as well. The one with the intro screen.
Oh, yeah. Can we?
Yeah.
Did we make one up there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Did you find some?
Yeah, just wondering which one. It's the female version, eh?
Yeah.
How's that one? I think that would do it.
It says 12S on it.
Yeah, but it's not action.
Nice. Alright, so that's what we're doing at the moment. We're just about to tin these wires up.
This is just a test. They won't be like that all the time. But that power one won't be.
Are you going to heat shrink over the top of the whole thing? Do we have any heat shrink for that?
Got a heat shrink here, right?
Yeah, I was meaning over the top of this
Oh, yeah.
this joker.
We'll tune it in.
Alright, so we've got these octopus arms. Was it octopus arms or octopi arms?
I think octopi is the name of it, the species.
Oh.
Yes, we're getting there with this build. Should be good. And we're sitting at about 12% on the print.
Alright, cool. Okay, I'll boot up the...
See what we're doing? I think you can just see, yeah.
I guess I could raise it. I can raise that up later. You can see it.
I think you can see, yeah. You just see Richard's hands, really.
My hands.
Yeah, do you guys use those octopi hands? Or do you use, like, some other way of doing it? Do you have, like, I know I've seen other people use a bit of blue tack.
Yeah. Blue tack will do it.
And once we get the power to the servos, then we can go and enable it on ardupilot. So that'll be good. Happy says octopi, and when you eat it.
Is that a squid or squid?
How's it look? All right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, camera's moved. Come on, camera. There you go, camera. You can kind of just see what Rich is doing.
Yeah. Move the camera like that. Is that better?
That didn't change anything.
Didn't?
Just made it kind of worse.
Like that. Is that better?
No. There you go. It's better. But yeah, so if you guys all having a great weekend. Yes, weekend. Yeah, I'd say it's a weekend.
Well, I guess it was like America. They're like a day behind, right? So
it'll be Saturday,
Sunday for us.
Yeah, Sunday over there. The other thing we need to do is we need to start. When we continue on with doing a bit more on that quad tilt rotor, we need to put a bit more in the resin. Gonna finish these windows off, really.
Oh yeah, we've got some more resin printing to do.
Mm.
Have we got some design already up?
Yeah.
Technically, you could Could actually technically jump onto that after this, depending on the time, depending on how much you want to get done on this guy.
So yeah, so we just tack it on there. Is there a technique of soldering, Richard, that you're doing?
I don't know, just done it heaps.
Yeah. Is that leaded or unleaded solder?
This one.
Yeah.
It's leaded, I think.
Leaded.
Unleaded.
Just like going back to the start of the live stream with the fuel thing.
Yeah. Fossil fuels, right?
There you go. But yes, it does quite a good job. And just tack it in there. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. It's one of those ones, especially when you're going up to a higher like cell count, you want to make sure it's pretty good. The highest we've been is what, 12 SA?
At this point in time, yeah.
Yeah,
12
yeah. On the print, we're at 18%, so it's coming on quite nicely.
18, okay. Do you want to join the other things on? Or just
What's that, sorry?
I just wonder if you want to join the other ones on.
Those ones?
No. The other thing. Like if you want to do TikTok on.
Oh. Oh, yeah. But how long are you going to run? How long do you think the live stream will go for today? Anyway? Sure. Yeah, late Saturday here on the other side of the earth, and he's about done unpacking from the event. Wow, good effort, man. Sounds like a pretty cool event. Was that the one that was posted on your YouTube channel? Does that look cool? Might have been a different one.
Yeah. He does go to some pretty cool events, right?
It does, yeah. Yes, those. Yes, those arm savers. Those octopus arms are such a lifesaver. Love them. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Quite useful.
Yeah, we tried making some.
Yeah, we did. We've made some. We just use it for different tasks. It'd be even quite better if the arms move to where you want them. That would be next level.
Oh, you mean like robotic arms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What temperature do you guys normally run your soldering gun at, Richie?
Me?
Yeah.
It varies quite a bit. On this kind of stuff, it's like sort of 317 degrees Celsius. But yeah, it can vary quite a bit. Like certainly on the other stuff, right? Especially when you bump up to the heavy gauge stuff.
Yeah.
You're up well over 400 easy.
Yeah, well over when you're doing the big stuff. So well over 400.
So mostly around sort of 300,
350. If we're doing heavier gauge requires more temperature. Yeah, maybe even 450, 470. Similar event, but different location. Cool. Nice. Well, whatever it was definitely worth getting up early to go and see.
Does the event have a name, or is it like an annual event, or?
Oh yeah, like an expo or kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Do they have that sort of thing in New Zealand?
What?
Not really. They have nationals for
planes.
That's the thing. Dan Zilla says he just placed a picture of R2 in the 3D printing section on the Discord. Oh, nice. We'll check it out, man. I better have a look now. Nice. Very cool. Where did the iPad go? Over there. I'll just have a look in the background just to see while Richard's doing that, and I'll give him a hand in a second.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks very much for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, appreciate it.
Means
It's always good to see what other people are doing. Unlike a friend, those arms don't pull back and scream when you get close with a soldering gun. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's on the Discord. Yeah. Wow, he's really good. It's amazing.
Is there any way you could bring it up there?
On there.
Well, I guess you just spin the thing around, just show it like that.
Can we do that?
Well,
I
yeah,
think so.
Just physically just spin it around.
Just bring it up on the screen like that.
Yeah.
Can we do
Well,
that? Is that okay with you, Dan? If we can bring that up on the screen?
Oh, yeah, better ask for
Yeah, I better ask permission first. But yes, either way, looks cool, man. If Dan's happy that I'll put it up. But yeah, happy you guys ever seen the T-shirt that says "If it smells like chicken, you're holding your solder gun the wrong way"?
No. You say it was all good, eh?
It's not just yet. Not just yet.
Would it be okay, Dan, to show your
Yeah. Oh yeah.
picture?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to be one of those people that go and do something that they shouldn't do. Yeah. Okay, so I don't think on this setup at the moment we can do it that way because I'm using the other filters, the other cameras to do other things. But I can just kind of hold it. Can you see that?
Yeah. Don't move.
Don't move. This way.
Yeah, don't move.
Wow, it's amazing, dude.
That's really good.
Wow. You can see the detail there, eh?
Yeah, that looks really good. Like, I mean, you can tell straight away. Instantly, it's R2-D2, right?
Yeah, color's great. Was it multicolored printed?
Yeah, it was multicolored.
multicolored.
You did on the AMS. Yeah. Is he? That's right, because you were talking about he was able to rotate his head. Is he able to steer as well, like with a transmitter or that kind of thing?
Yeah, it looks great. Looks cool, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks. Because it'd be pretty cool if you could like steer them with like a transmitter or something. Eh?
Yeah. I think. Or we might just do it independently.
Or like you do a set routine. That could be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Because some of them use like Arduino and stuff, right?
Yep. There you go. Very cool, man. Thanks for sharing that, dude.
Yeah, awesome.
Hey, Black Radish FPV says, "Hey guys, hey man, thanks so much for jumping on over to our channel. Appreciate it." Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks
Awesome, brother. You can just see Richard's head if he brings his head down. Yes, we've jumped over to another camera at the moment. So yeah, appreciate you tuning in.
I guess you can just switch back.
I'll switch back so you can see me for a second. But yes, we're jumping around the workshop at the moment, and yeah. So far on the build, what have we done so far? So we've been on software at the start of the live stream. Just a little catch up for you there. We've been on software. We designed it. We're working on the landing gear. So we've done on previous live streams. We've been working on the rear, and on this live stream, we're just finishing off the front. We've added suspension. Which was a great suggestion from someone, maybe Dan. I'm not sure. Maybe Happy. And then we added that, and then we've sliced it up, and now it's currently printing. And then what happened?
We've done this one, eh? We did these. We did previously done these.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, Black Radishes just realised it wasn't subbed. Sorry.
That's
just
okay.
Hey, that's all good, man.
It's all good, man.
It's all good, brother. And thanks so much. Yeah, and yeah. So we're making quite good progress with this guy. Maybe I'll lift it up so you can have a look. And he's kind of yes, there you go. So he's about, what was it, just under a meter wingspan?
Just under meter by meter, pretty much.
Meter, and yeah, and he's kind of he's got a adverse upside down rudder down the bottom, which kind of makes him unique and inspired by the game
Crimson Skies.
Skies.
Yeah.
So yes, he's coming along nicely. So yeah, so he's got a flight control enabled in him, and at the moment we're just adding the UBEC, which is required to power the servos. Dan says full RC with express LRS motor in the back of each.
R2,
R2, yeah,
yeah,
nice. Back feet, motors to spin the head, epic. Servos for 2 arms in his front, servos for swiveling things on his head. Oh, he's got a DJI Vista for FPV system and LEDs.
Oh wow,
Sweet.
he's really kitted out.
Yes. So what we're talking about is
Dan's creation, right?
Dan's creation. We were just talking about Dan's one. Hang on, I'll just bring it up on the screen. The other screens are being used at the moment, so we'll bring this up in a odd way here. This is on our Discord page at the moment. Dan just posted it. So this is what Dan's creating at the moment. Was it 1/4 scale?
1/3 scale.
1/3 scale. Anyway, very good job so far, man. Very cool. Nate, hey man, how's it been? You do drones, right? Yes, we do a lot of drones. We do a lot of planes. We do a lot of
Everything. Stuff.
yeah, wingsuits and all sorts. Anything. Oh, and autonomous boats and all that. Yes, we do that. Black Radish says I'll have to come fly with you guys one day. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, always good. Yeah, just send us a. Did they say send us a DM or yeah, or something like that? And yeah, for sure. 40% scale of the R2. Nice, epic.
40%.
40%.
40% of the time.
40% of the time, I'm right every time. Nate says you do tiny whoops. Yes, we've flown tiny whoops on live stream for sure.
Yep.
Yes, quite a bit.
They're good fun.
Most of last year, we was every couple of weeks did another live stream flight for sure. Tiny whoops are cool. A mine explosion impressive for the R2. Yeah. And yes, hang on, I'll jump over to it so you can see what Richard's doing. And that, yeah. There you go. So Richard's just off to my left, working on that, guys. He's just mocking up a UBEC to power the servos for this plane. And then once that's, and there's the UBEC there, that we'll be tacking that on. And it's looks like it's just one that we had in the shop. I'm not sure if it's the best one. I'm not sure it's the worst one. But
it is A1.
It is A1.
Hopefully it can do the job.
And Dan says, I think we all tiny whoop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a cool place to.
It's a cool place to be. Yeah, for tiny whoops, a cool, good place to start. Like if you're doing a trick, like if you're working on a trick that you got to do, it's just cool. If there's bad weather outside, you can fly inside. Yeah,
it's just cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up from simulation. In a simulator, you can't. It's not quite the same thing, is it?
No.
But tiny whoops are cool. So yeah, so we're just going to tack this fella on to the inside. they do label it.
Yeah, and
Dan says, "Is that an XT60 or are you just happy to see me?" Yeah, nice. Nate says, "Air is the Beta FPV CTIS Light FPV kit good to get for beginners." Sounds pretty cool. I haven't got one myself, but if it's a Beta FPV, we do have a yeah, I can beta. We have a Beta. What have we got?
Parvo 25 V. Oh, here we go. I'll go and get one.
Yeah, you go and get one.
It's just in the other room.
Just in the other room. So we have a Beta FPV City Whoop in the other room. We do have a tiny whoop, like a happy RC. Yeah. Can't remember the exact name, but yeah, it's we've flown it a long time and it's never broken. So and what's the
about 30 minutes left.
What's that?
About 30 minutes. 37%.
37%.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a Cine Whoop. I think the tiny whoop somewhere else at the moment. It's been used for something else. But yeah, if that's Beta FPV, which is Parvo.
Hey,
is it Parvo? Which one?
25 V2.
25 V2. This one. So yeah.
They tend to be pretty good, pretty well made.
Tend to be pretty good. Yeah, maybe if there's, maybe Dan might know the perfect answer.
You could bring it up, the one that you're talking about on the screen.
Yeah, we could do that. We can bring that up on the
screen.
If you want to. Dan says, oh yeah, he was asking Nate, do you want to fly indoors and outdoors? And Happy says the Happy model by Happy RC, perhaps. I'll just jump over and see which one we're looking at. And just make sure we write it down.
Let's do the search first and then.
Yeah. Both. He wants to go indoors and outdoors. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Hang on, let's jump over and let's have a look. See if we can bring it up on the screen. Let's have a look at them.
I'll change it to this side so you can see what I'm doing while Harry does a search. Moment. Here we go. It says 75 is a handful indoors, 65 is a bit too small for outdoors. So choose wisely. So it's the best of both worlds. Or that's what you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
Best of both worlds. I guess you never get nothing's perfect, I guess.
No, like if you're running the little tiny whoop outside, sometimes that you
Can be
you can't-
the tiny whoop's a little bit of a handful to be indoors, isn't it?
yeah, to be outdoors. Oh, the cine whoop, you know.
City whoop, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the positive there.
I'm just searching it on the.
Yeah, Harry's just bringing it up on
I'll
the
bring
thing,
it
so
up
bear
to-
with. It'll come up on the screen shortly. So I'm just doing trying to solder a regulator at the moment, a voltage regulator.
Oh, this might be it. This must be it.
You got it? I'll change the slide back over so you guys can
Oh,
see.
hang on. Why is it doing that? Oh, I can't really bring that up. Maybe I just bring this photo up. Better?
He said most whoops don't do. Oh, Happy says most whoops don't do well in the wind.
No.
With experience, it's possible with light winds. Now you say that.
This must be the one we're talking
You
about.
say that, and yeah, we've definitely flown in like with our little Mobile 7, I think it was. He definitely.
Oh, the happy RC one. Yeah.
He definitely took on winds more than what, 40 knots.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
full throttle just to stay at one way.
I think that's probably the best thing to
Hang
do.
on a second. I'll change.
Or can I go? I know we can do that. Yeah. That's it's happy because that's it's in there.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. Yeah.
I think that's what we're talking about.
Is that what we're talking about, guys? This thing? Black Radish FUV says you guys are doing great things for the hobby. Hopefully you encourage more pilots. Hopefully. That's the game. That's the idea.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah, we like looking at your if you want to see where our Black Radish is, he's on Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So go and
yeah.
check his
He's-
stuff out. It's pretty good. Good pilot.
Flying around he's a Wellingtonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Good.
we would say.
He always
Very
has
cool.
that unique black frame, right? What's the
Nice
frame that
grading.
you use with the Black Radish? Is that it's unique? So you tend to have the GoPro underneath, right? It's very unique angles there. Nate
I think it's
says,
an iPhone.
do you guys know who Chase Momo? He's one of my inspirations. No. Sorry about that. Don't know that one.
Chase Momo? No, I don't know. Not personally.
Not personally.
Or socially, sadly. But very cool, man. It's always good to be inspired by people, for sure.
Okay. Yep. So we've got some good suggestions coming in.
Yeah, it looks like a
consider the
good package to
newbie-
me.
Dan suggests the
Nice.
newbie drone Hummingbird too is another option.
Hummingbird. Yeah, can we search that here?
I think
Yeah,
you can just go direct straight in.
Hang on.
It's called newbie drone Hummingbird. NEW.
What did I say?
That's right. It should come up. Hummingbird.
Hummingbird. Oh, this cool little fella.
So,
So this is very similar to the this is a bit more like the what's that little guy called?
Mobile 7. Drew?
Mobility, that's the one. So yeah, looks like they've got connected a JST connector.
Yeah, it would be a JST. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice.
He said Chase Momo is a really great guy. You should check him out.
Well,
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll check him out
write it
after.
down.
We'll write it down and we'll check it out after the live stream.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks for the suggestions, guys.
Yeah, keep it coming. Nice.
Yep, written it down. Chase Momo. Nice. Cool.
Yeah, this guy looks pretty cool.
And he said he's heard of the Hummingbird.
Good name.
Good, great name. I'll go and check to see how the print's coming along. So look.
Oh, yeah, we'll finish on that thing.
No, I still got some more to do.
Yes.
47% on the 3D printing, but it's coming along
47%.
well.
Okay. Sub there. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah. Nice.
Cheers.
Thumbs
Awesome.
up.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for the help. Yeah. And yes, from big ones to small ones, the one that this one's kind of like mid-range, and then if you want to see a slightly bigger one, we're making a quad tilt drone at the moment, drone / plane VTOL dropship at the moment. So that's a slightly bigger one. This is half of them. So there, that's just the nose, Kevin. So yeah, so I guess we make quite a range of different ones.
Yeah. So that
channel.
one's what they call a quad tilt rotor. So all 4 motors are vertical on takeoff, and then they transition all 4 of them into forward flight.
Yeah, different kind of configurations. All are good. What's there? 2S of battery whoop is better in every way. 1S is a bit underpowered, you reckon? It's scrawny. Yeah.
No, I guess the batteries don't last long.
There's a downside, I guess, for us. Pretty much once a year, all the 1S batteries disappear. They all lose their life, and then you have to go and get new ones. So that is the downside, well, from our experience, and then you have to go and get a whole new set. But on the good side,
Super durable though.
Super, yeah. But and then yeah, I mean 2S, little fella, he's pretty cool too. So yeah, it's not that much weight, and maybe do they have a better life there, Dan? Maybe Dan might know that answer. What's your favorite drone or RC in general, Richie? Good question.
Well, that is tricky. That is.
I mean, we've made submarines on the channel. We've made.
Well, like we're making with this one. That's quite cool.
This is, I like this kind of guy.
This is what we're doing at the moment, by the way.
There's new people coming in. Oh, you.
So this is what we're actually working on. This is the actual guy.
Yeah, we always like pushing the limits. So what hasn't been made, I guess, if that answers the question, if it hasn't been made, we're more excited with it. I guess we're making a jetpack at the moment.
Wingsuits are quite cool.
Yeah, wingsuits with
full-size jetpack. That's what we're working on at the moment. The new project that started last week.
Yeah, I guess our favorite would be flying. If it's flying, I guess would be our favorite.
Is it flying if it's in the water?
Well, flying along a plane.
Yeah. Helicopters are pretty cool.
Helis are cool. Yeah. So
I guess they've all got their own merits. Jets are pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's a tricky question, but a good question. Dan says, I love the big ones. 5-inch freestyle is so much fun. Yeah, nice. Yes, and we might have something coming up in that area there, Dan, but I don't want to wreck the surprise. But
yeah. We've got something simmering. Something simmering.
Simmering?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Happy says, sometimes the 1S is light and floaty, but much cheaper for investment and charges. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, nice. Dang, says Nate. Yeah, cheers, man. Wait, Dan says, wait, did you say full-scale jetpack? Yes. So, yes, that was the episode this week, came out on Tuesday.
We just started the build, right?
We just started the build of that guy, and what will he look like? We have a scale model version.
Yeah, hang on.
We've got a scale.
Can you move forward slightly?
I'll swap over, hang on. Yes, jetpack, yes.
Oh, turn that soldering on. Just
but how are we going with the solder anyway? How are we going with that soldering?
Yeah, he's coming along. Just chipping away, right?
Yeah, nice. Harry and Richard don't need a manufacturer; they just design and make their own toys. It's like the best version of Santa's shop. Maybe I can't take that credit. Santa's number one. Maybe Harry and Richard down a little bit. Yeah. Can you even compete with Santa? I don't think you can.
No.
Santa's
he's a mythical creature.
He's got superpowers. Yeah, a mythical creature, unicorn.
You can't
beat him. Sweet. Dan says, I missed that. Clicking now. Oh, cheers, man. Okay, so this is a guy. This is the guy that we're designing at the moment, full scale. And this is just a model version, and yeah. So the design will be changed. It's just something to go by, and we're going with a cyberpunk styling. It's we want maybe a color pop. I'm not sure, that might be changing. But yes, that's me. That's 3D printed version of me.
It's a 3D
It looks
scan.
funny like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a 3D printed scan version of me, and that's the same one that we fired ourselves in a rocket. So in this particular case, we'll be strapping a jetpack.
To our back, effectively.
A drone pack is what we're calling it.
Yeah, full scale.
Full scale, yes, 1-to-1.
Yeah, 1-to-1.
Nate says, can I see that big 3D drone you made? Yes, you can see it, and you'll be seeing that on Tuesday.
Tuesday,
you have to wait for that one. But yes, it's coming up on Tuesday, 6 a.m. New Zealand time.
So we're assuming you're talking about the world's largest 3D printed heavy lift drone.
Yes.
What a name.
Yeah, we assume that's the one you're talking about. If you're talking about, can we fit that in back? We can't really fit it back in the shop since we're sitting in the shop.
Yeah, it's too big.
It's too big to fit us and the camera. But maybe if you want to see more, we could do if we're working on something that we might be able to do a live stream on it. If you want to see that sort of thing, maybe we could do that later in the time.
You mean a live stream on the 3D printed drone?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we can do some flights live. That'd be cool. What do you guys? Would you like to see us doing flight testing with the world's largest 3D printed heavy lift drone?
Yeah.
Leave your comments below. I mean, it sounds intense from our point of view.
Sounds intense.
Just risk it all live.
Gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Dan says, did you flip a coin to decide the test pilot job? Yes, all will be on that series.
Yeah, it will be revealed how we're going about that. You're going to do it safely. Yeah.
Nate says, yes. What was it? Yes. Like silent.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. That's the downside to text messages. It doesn't actually dictate the the way the emphasis on the English language.
Well, he's got caps.
Yeah, caps. So it's a yelling, yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be positive.
Positive. I'm hoping it's positive.
Pretty sure you guys are going to have to 3D print a bigger shop. Actually, that's kind of interesting because there was an article that just came out here in New Zealand a couple of months ago, actually, and they were starting to print their own houses.
Oh, yeah.
Which, using cement.
Yeah, cement.
Cement, and then how do they do it? Do they have like
it's not a gingerbread house?
No. So do they have like a effectively a like one of
gantry?
Like a moving gantry house over the top of the house, and then they rock into place and then print in concrete all the way up.
Yeah, that's kind of new for New Zealand, but I'm pretty sure
I know it's been done for a while now
in the rest of the world, but New Zealand's always a bit slow.
Yeah, we're always behind the rest of the world.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
But yes.
I guess we're not patriotic in that way, right? We were talking about USA before.
Yeah.
If we're in USA, we're like, yeah, USA.
Yeah, but we wear the New
Zealand
flag with our flight jackets, so that counts.
Yeah, it counts.
Nate says, I'm going to watch some of your videos.
Oh, cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Thanks.
Dan says, I always like that name, Dan the Terrible. Danzilla the Terrible. You could print Lego blocks and build an extension on the shop. Interesting.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, man. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, you could do it out of like big giant like cinder blocks. Peace. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'll go and check on this printing.
Yeah, we'll go and check on the printing and we'll carry on. So at the moment we're soldering.
So about 62%.
62%, are you?
Yeah, we should be all right. It's coming along.
Yeah. But yeah. And then Dan says Nate should check out Kaloti FPV for more tiny whoop stuff.
New Zealand.
Talks about them all the time. Nice. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
New Zealand. Yeah, nice.
Should I carry on? Carry on?
Yeah, carry on. Carry on soldering.
That was a good break anyway.
That was a nice, refreshing break. No, yeah. Do they call them cinder blocks or breeze blocks in New Zealand? Cinder blocks. I feel that there's a joke there, but I don't see it. But hey, I don't see all the underline punch jokes sometimes. Oh, that's just nothing. Hang on. Okay, that's one. That's just me again. Hang on. There you go. There's Richard. Yeah, they just call them cinder blocks. Did we ever try to break them when we were in karate, Richard?
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we did karate when we were little, right?
Yeah.
Everybody did something like that.
Yeah, it was like it was the big thing when Karate Kid was in. Yeah, everybody did karate or taekwondo, but we did karate because karate is way cooler. Yeah.
Did you guys do any
Martial arts or anything like that when you were little? Or you could do it now. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no reason why you can't.
No. Yeah, so did we do any blocks? Did we chop anything? We didn't
No,
really do
we
that.
didn't.
We more
We didn't do any wood chopping.
we didn't do any wood chop. No, Jack's just wondering. Canada equals cinder blocks. UK calls them breeze blocks. He reckons. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I guess everybody's got their own thing, right? They always change. If people got different names for things. But I guess, yeah, most of New Zealand's traditions kind of based on the English thing, isn't it? So I guess it could have done.
So I
Good
guess
point.
you're right in that way. Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're all good? Normally I'd probably be holding the end of that. But there seems like his arms are going quite good.
That's where we're at. I think you can see it.
Yep. I got it in frame. In then out.
So it's the in.
So eventually what will happen is we'll chop that, we'll take that XT60 off the end.
And attach it to the...
And then attach it to the circuit. But at the moment,
just for
this
testing.
test, it'll be fine. And then when we play with the potentiometer and dial that in, theoretically, if it all works and everything, dial it down to the 5 volts required for a servo, we'll be in the
money,
honey. But yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the live stream so far. And yeah, give the old thumbs up and
yeah, cool.
And how are we going with the print so far?
It's just like 67%.
Oh, okay. We're making quite good time.
It's making quite good time. It shouldn't be long now. It's like another, was it nearly 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Something like
Yeah.
About 15 minutes, eh?
13 minutes, it says.
Okay, so another 13 minutes, guys. And
yeah, 13 minutes.
hopefully
We'll
the
check it
print
out.
will be finished and you guys can see that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Check it out.
Did you mean to rhyme that? That's what it's all about. Check it out.
I'm a poet, don't you know it? But yes, no, we're doing quite a good job on this one. It'll be just good to see this one in the air when it's all done.
Yeah. Always seems to be like a like what makes it the difficult part, right? Is where to go for takeoff, right?
Yeah, well that's the reason why we're doing putting wheels on it, right?
Yeah.
It's because our aerodrome is grass, and that's always a tricky one for us. All our planes and designs generally, well, other than the drones, of course, but generally speaking, they don't really use wheels. They're usually too small little dinky wheels. So this one's a little bit bigger. That was hence that idea. Happy says, I was always fascinated to go early for karate and watch the guys train with swords. Nice, yeah.
Oh, wow, cool.
Cool. A couple of times I got talking to holding plastic water bowls. They would chop them in half. Yeah, nice, man. Did we do swords? We didn't really do. We did canes and
which was technically sai, isn't it? So that's the little
we did
like our
canes and
Ninja Turtles is like it's the ones that look like a fork.
Yeah. It's like three. Raphael?
Yeah.
Raphael.
So we got trained in that one, which is kind of cool. And then, yeah.
Happy House says my comments are a bit late. Takes a while to get from the other side of the world. Yes.
That's okay.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, no, it's one of those ones that karate. Yeah. So sai is what we did, is what they call. But mainly it was cane, so one cane or two cane sort of thing, and then we did dual canes. So we must have done quite good. I don't know. What did we get in the end?
Double black tip.
Double black tip. There you go. And we did. People bowed to us. Can I say that? Yeah, I guess I can. But we turned around and bowed to the sensei at the time.
Yeah, we're not that high.
Yeah, we're not that high. But we ran the class for a bit when we were little. But it was many moons ago.
Probably forgotten most of it.
Yes, probably.
Haven't forgotten any of it.
No. Yes, and you did a lot of kata. I'm not sure if you know what that is.
Kind of like a dance kind of thing.
Kind of like a dance.
Steps involved.
Steps and yeah, it was all cool. But we wouldn't compete or anything like that. Lots of other dojos did that sort of thing. We didn't do that. I didn't. We didn't want to get hurt, but you had to get the the different grades. You had to do a little bit of
1-to-1.
One
But
to
you
one,
had
but
pads
nothing.
and stuff, right?
You had pads on. You. I'm always amazed how good people can get when they practice with anything. Yes, I agree. There's some super talented people out there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how are we getting on? Hang on, I'll just change that camera. Yep, there you go. So Rich is still going strong in the background. Or in the foreground in this case.
Actually, I probably can come over to you now.
Yeah. Come back over here. Yeah, sure.
And I'll change the camera back to the other. Here you go. Just so you can see what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Get that out of the way. Put it over there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can leave them there if you're going to do a test.
No, we'll do a test over
Yeah,
there.
you run over a
that's
test, yeah.
fine. Happy, she says, we usually had sparring within the class and that was fun. Oh, nice. Our one, we did a little bit of sparring, but mainly it was, in the end, for some reason, it was everybody versus the sensei. and yes, that was an interesting one. Questionable.
He's a lot bigger and stronger than everybody else.
And his speciality was legs, so he could kick like a mule. So yes, you had to watch those. But we were small and nimble, and we could
just
distract,
run around,
and take that one shot that mattered. So
and then run away,
as quick as possible. Take that one shot that mattered, if you know what I mean. And then somebody else can get in there with that. With some kick or something.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. We just did the
one punch and run.
Run punch.
Too small.
Or kick. Oh, yeah, we could kick pretty high. But yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah,
we could we were pretty flexible then.
That was our technique, right? Right.
Get that one
going
kick
for the kill and then run like
run like
the wind.
Yeah. So there you go. So far what we're sitting at. There you go. So we've got an in.
We've got an out.
And on this side, and an out on that side. And if you can look really carefully, you can see on the top of that blue mask, is it? Yeah. There's a little
variable resistor.
Let's have a look. A potentiometer there, just sitting on the top, and that will need to be adjusted, assuming that this works. Otherwise, bad things happen. But yes, and then we'll be able to dial that in so you get 5 volts coming out the other end.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll go and check to see if that's going. And what battery you want me to grab? Like a 4S?
I got 6S there.
Where? Have you got it? It won't matter what goes in, will it?
Nice.
About 81% into the print, and it's 8 minutes to go, guys.
8 minutes to go. Cool, because I want to check that and show you guys before the end of the live stream. So that's coming up.
Which one, eh? Are you going to use the real one?
Eh?
Are you going to use the real...
Oh, the actual battery?
Yeah.
Well, we can start with 4S, see what that's like. And then you grab a 4S and like an old one, and then grab a 6S. Nice work. Looks clean. Thanks, man. Well, not me. Richard did. But yeah, I'll take the credit because I'm standing here. But yeah, that's
How
cool.
about that? That's right.
Yeah.
These ones?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I could grab one of the other lot.
But yes, no, I'm just looking at this guy. What do you guys reckon? You think that will work? Yeah, that's the jetpack design. We'll kind of go with, at this moment in time, the design's kind of like a dead cat frame design with up and down separation. That way we can bring those propellers in a bit to each other. I think maybe we'll change it a little bit more. I wanted to get a little bit more towards the middle of the CG for the pilot. And also styling wise, I think we'll work on styling a little bit more. But I think, it gives you a kind of a clear representation. These parts were made on the resin printer behind us on that guy, but that's all in the episode.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a cool one, an exciting build this week. I think it was pretty cool. Starting and making a jetpack.
For us, it was last week.
Yeah. But for the rest of the world, it's this week. That's kind of a cool one.
And to get the for this week, which is Tuesday.
Yeah, for next week's one. Yep.
That was pretty cool. With going back into the field.
Going back to the field for the big guy. Yeah, the big guy. Yeah,
it's cool.
It'd be cool to see this one in there too, the jetpack.
Yeah.
Or drone pack.
Drone pack.
Yeah. Which
we
size,
call it, they
which
get-
size motors are there?
Uh,
170 kV. Yeah,
hang
no,
on.
it's 170.
I can bring them over.
AKA the autonomous decapitator. Glad it's unmanned. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. The cappuccino. You wouldn't want that, no. But yes, a very big one. You wouldn't want those close to your head, would you?
No, not particularly.
Not particularly. No. But it's going to look cool. So yeah, it's I guess you'd say making our way up that tier level to the you know, super flight. You know, that's what everybody wants to do. They want to fly, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
But this is the Now Drone Racing brothers.
So this is the motor that you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
For that particular drone pack, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay. TAD. Ha ha ha. Says that. Nice. Okay, so that's one motor. So is
So these are T motor ones.
T-Motor ones, yes, very cool, and great to have them as a sponsor. Very cool. There's the VL8015s, so it's quite big, but different. You can see that straight away. It looks different to a normal drone motor. It's got 4 cables coming out the back. If you can see that in the camera. So yes, it's slightly different.
Yeah, yeah, cool though.
Very cool, very cool. So the fourth one is an interesting one, and that controls braking. So in flight and those sorts
So
of
that's what we're talking about here. For
What
the
we're talking about.
jetpack.
The jetpack, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks very much for joining.
Oh yeah, respect. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, we're just talking about the jetpack we're making. So yeah,
Full size.
full scale. Yeah. So that's the guy one of the motors that will be powering it. And yeah, it's kind of interesting about VTOL motors doing that sort of thing at that scale. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
it's cool and a little bit different for us as well.
Yeah.
Using VTOL motors, a little bit different. Happy says 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 2 rights make a flight. Very cool.
Oh, he's rhyming. Nice one.
Dan says, sorry, I must say, how many kV going back to that motor, Richard? You just have a look. And what dimensions? Great question. Yeah, nice. We can do that. We've got a ruler.
Here you go.
Really?
I just have to drink water.
Oh, yeah, sure. I think I'll just put it right there. Yeah, so what we're talking, yeah, dimensions, right? Yeah, yeah. So there's the VTOL motor, which just got it back out of the box. What are you guys talking about? Says respect. We're talking about, we just, this week on the channel, we started making a jetpack, or in this case, a drone pack. Full
jetpack, right?
A what?
Drone powered jetpack.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're making on the channel, and it came out on Tuesday. And yeah, so a full scale version. Once I put this down, I can show you what the dimensions are. Maybe you can hold that up to. We made a model
To start the build.
to start the build, and
So effectively, it's like that. So say this is a scaled version of Harry.
oh yeah,
So effectively, it's like that. Full size.
nice.
That's what we're talking about.
And yeah, so
So
dimensions.
yeah, so it's going to be full size in the final result.
And so far, the plane's looking good that we're doing on live stream. How much have
It's like
we got?
it's like 3 minutes out.
3 minutes out for that front wheels. That's what we're making at the moment. And I'll just give you some dimensions.
Awesome, thanks.
Cheers.
So dimensions for that particular VTOL motor.
Oh yeah.
So around sort of 90 millimeters
90
across diameter.
90 diameter, and then
Is it the 8015? It
Yes,
is
the VL.
VL, yeah.
VL.
So that's the one with the big punch.
I think about
And
50 straight up, but if you went to the Bell, it would be about 42. There you go, millimeters. Yeah. So what did I say? 90 across. Was it? Yeah.
What are you guys having for dinner? Oh, okay. Cheers. What are we having for dinner? Pizza. Always pizza. Even if there's no pizza,
I could
we'll
live
make you
my
pizza.
life on pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have no. I don't know what we're having for dinner, but
Whatever's
we
in
did
the
have
fridge.
we did yes, but we did have pizza last night. I can say we made pizza last night.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, those motors are pretty cool. And
big thanks to T-Motor for making that
all thanks to our good sponsors, T-Motor. Yeah, couldn't do it without you guys. And thanks for sticking with us. Yes.
And what's the drone motors for the one behind us?
For the plane behind us.
The project that we're working on today.
Yeah, so these are our sponsors, Hobbywing, and thanks so much to them. We are making this guy, which is Coaxial, and you really want to know what motors they are? You might be interested in that. They are 2807s with 1300 kV.
Okay, so that's
the one we're working on at the moment. Yeah.
And where are we from? We are from New Zealand. We are from Bay of Islands. As they say, the place to be.
Yes. But yeah, we're coming along. It's coming along quite good. And yeah, what are you having for dinner there, dude? What is the times? 5:40. How long have we been doing this live stream for? Oh wow, okay.
Kind of cool, though, right?
Longer than I thought. Well, that's cool. But it's one of those things. I guess if you're having fun, you don't even notice the time go past, and also you're achieving the landing gear, which is what it's all about. It says, "Oh, cool, yeah, nice, yes." What did we call it? What was the name of this one? This plane?
Coaxial concept.
Coaxial concept plane is what we came up with. The name inspired
by Crimson Skies, the video game.
Yes, video game, and there's
more.
more.
I'm rhyming. I think it's from Happy. As Happy RC has inspired me to rhyme.
Yes. Watching from New Caledonia.
Awesome.
Cheers. Thumbs up.
Always hear great things about that place.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But awesome. We don't get out. They don't let us out of the country that much. We'll always live stream. You see, so we kind of travel around the world vicariously
through you guys.
Yeah.
But thanks very much for joining in. So yeah. And what do we need to do? Are we going to do some more? We're going to go and check to see how that's going. It might be nearly there.
No, it might be nearly there. Maybe we'll power this UBEC up, which is what we're here to test to supply power to this guy.
So it's about 97% on the 3D printing progress over here.
Okay. Have we got a camera over there now?
No, I go and grab it. I set it up.
Yeah, because with this guy, we just need to apply power to it. So we don't need to have the camera sitting out there at the moment.
Okay.
Black Radish says, I'm New Zealand, same as these guys. Yeah, you are.
You know it.
You know it, brother.
Bring the cable over.
But we live at the other ends of the New Zealand. But yes, New Zealand's the best. I'm just saying, you know, that's slightly biased because we are from New Zealand, so.
And slightly biased because
haven't really been outside. But we did go to Melbourne and all good things there. Nice people. Got lost a few times, but they led us on track, so yeah. Oh, we're going to flick that camera over and have a look to see what's going on with the printer.
I'll bring that light over, you guys can see it.
Oh, yeah. Happy says, midnight snack of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches here before I sign off for the night. Too bad I don't have a pizza, the food of inventors. Yeah, nice. No, very cool, man. Nice. And appreciate you always tuning in.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Awesome.
Awesome. Camera.
So it's 98%, so she's nearly there.
So it's nearly done. So how long do you reckon? And then we'll have a look at
0 minutes.
0 minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna take that one off the plate and gonna show you guys, and then it'll probably be the end of this live stream, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe we can leave that testing next time, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We did solder that part. Yeah. And then we'll show you what's happening with that guy. It sounds like it's finishing up. Hang on.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, yes, this live stream's going quite good. We've achieved a lot. We've designed it. We've done. Do you guys love? Yeah, we've achieved a lot. We've done 3D printing here, guys.
Dun, 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 dun. Done. Look at that, eh?
Okay, so Rich is going to bring that guy over in a second.
Okay, you can bring it
over.
He's
going to leave that camera there over and reposition it. So then we're going to when we sign out. Respect says, do you guys love 3D printing RC planes?
Spin.
Yes, it's cool.
It's cool. It's an interesting challenge, but cool.
It's an interesting challenge, and
that's what we're doing. Oh, hang on.
But we in our history of plane making and things, we've made balsa wood planes, we've made all sorts. But yeah, but I guess at this moment in time, yeah, we're liking it. Yeah, for sure.
There you go. This is what we're printing out.
So yeah, you can.
So this is the landing gear. It's quite warm.
It's warm. Hang on. I'll just pop that sucker off there. That is warm. It's cooking, Dave.
There you go.
There's one, so that's the part that will be on that mount.
There's two.
No, it's always cool to
Got it. Yep.
make a new design that and test it and see how it turns out.
There you go.
It's
You
always
need to do these.
oh yeah, we do that. But yeah, so that's the part that will have the wheel underneath with the wheel. That'll be like
I'll
that.
just let this one cool down, eh?
Like that. You can kind of see once it's all pulled out. But yes. Oh, there it is. Yes, there it is. So that's the part at the top there, and that'll have the suspension, the rubber band. That's the word. What did you just print? Yes, so these are the front. We just designed it on this live stream, so make sure you go back and check. But
on all the live streams,
on the live stream, on the series, because we're making a series at the moment, on this coaxial plane, and the rest of the episodes being made on our normal episodes. But yeah, we're making the
landing gear.
The landing gear for the front axle.
So we previously designed on one of the other live streams that we did on the series, the insertion, and we made the wheels prints, and then now we're working on the landing gear, the front one. That's right, Dan.
Yeah. What Dan said, that was a lot easier. Front landing gear. Yeah.
Well, what did you say?
Oh no,
he got lost.
We got lost. But yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, no, it's cool, man, and we appreciate you guys spending the weekend with us on this build.
But yeah, I think we'll
sign.
What do we sign out? Surely we'll just finish what you're doing there,
and then show you what this looks like, the result.
We'll just turn that off, and then we can
have a look at that, and then we'll do our normal sign out. A nose wheel, yes. A nose wheel, yes. But yes, it's always cool to come up with your own designs. And with your help, we kind of come up with this design. Alright, so that's the hub. What do you call it? Nose wheel hub. So that will go into. I'm going to put that wheel. The wheel? There you go. So that fits. Now, hang on. I'll put the rod to it for now. There you go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Yeah, perfect sizing. It looks good. I'm happy with it. What do you guys reckon?
Nice.
Respect. I love 3D printing, but in New Caledonia, it's very expensive.
I think it's just in general expensive.
Yes. Well, anything cool is generally expensive.
Like driving a car. Yes. Expensive,
but fun.
But cool.
Yes, that's okay. And Richie's just cutting this little part. It works. Yes. Must have done our dimensions and calculations correct. So yeah, there you go. Is that one?
That's actually pretty cool.
It is very cool. And I think the black was quite a nice thing. But yeah, if you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, and all that. It all helps.
It does.
What else we got? We got this little hub that we cut out. I need to pull that little bit out there. You guys, Happy says you guys should start a 3D printed parts store where people could order parts, and the world's largest 3D printed drone could print them in flight to its delivery. Wow, that's a cool idea, man. That'd be like our next generation version of Amazon.
It would be. It'd be epic.
How much does a roll of kiwi filament PLA cost?
Off the top of my head, I'm around sort of $35.
KiwiFil.
KiwiFil's website.
Where's the filament?
You could do it on the KiwiFil website.
We could do that. Yeah, we could bring that up if you wanted to see that. Where's the filament spool, Richie? I'll do it.
Oh.
We could do that for a second if you wanted to see that.
Yeah.
We can do that since now we've upgraded the software we're running this live stream on. Or the system. We could do that for you.
Hang on a second.
Okay, that's the second part. Ready?
Well done.
Yep. Okay, so far we're going quite good. This is the second part. Ta-da! Ta-da! And this part goes into Can I change the screen over yet so you can see? Oh, hang on. Black Radish says the filament is usually around $25 New Zealand. There you go. Beat us to it. Hang on. We can bring that screen up, can we?
Yeah.
We can bring the screen up just to show Richard doing his thing. No, that's just the chair. There you go. So these are our good sponsors. KiwiFil on the channel.
So there's the prices. Varies depending on what you want to do. There you go.
Yeah, very cool. And yeah, Eva and Bill, super epic to have them. Very cool dudes. And they have got some world records for themselves.
Guinness World Records.
Guinness World Records, including fastest electric bike and land speed records. Very cool dudes. Very cool people in Tokarua. Very cool to have them on. Respect says, what model of Corelli do you guys use? Great question. Okay, so the Corelli ones. Okay, so over here, this one here is Alagu. That's our latest resin printer that we've been using. But over here, this is the one that we flew on a 3D printer. That's the Corelli High. And then beside that, which you can't quite see, just off here, that's a K2 Plus. And then the one that's been running, which I'll just jump over.
Oh, yeah.
Is the camera still there or not?
Oh, yeah. It'll be in
you can kind of see it, eh? Hang on. Yeah, just off to the right there of the chairs, that's the K1. So which printer do you think you use the most, Richard?
It just depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
I guess we use...
Yeah. And what's your favourite? How about
that? It's a machine.
Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't have a name. Do we name our machines? No, we don't really do that.
No, we don't get too attached.
No.
It's just a work tool, right?
It's a work tool, but we do like them. They're quite good. Very cool.
Yeah. So that works, right?
Yeah, so that's that part.
And it spins?
Yeah, you hold it. I'll just... I'll
spin.
I got distracted.
Yeah, that works. Cool. That's pretty good, actually.
Very cool.
So yeah, so we just designed this on the series that we've been doing, and it is a what do you call it? A suspension.
Yeah. Nose wheel.
Nose wheel.
What Dan said before.
Yeah, he knew what it was.
Have to get other people.
Which is the best for you? I guess it is entirely on the task. So at the moment, with the world's largest VTOL project, which is the dropship.
Oh, just show that.
Quad tilt rotor. We're making the window screen, so that'll be on the resin. Helped out with the resin printer behind Harry's head if he moves the other way.
But for the actual printing, where's that made on? K2 Plus and
K2 Plus for the world's largest 3D printer.
Oh, all three of them. They're all running it, aren't they?
Yeah.
All three parts. So yes, that's that.
Which is the best for us? If I could only choose one.
Yeah, maybe that's the question.
Maybe the K2 Plus, just because we need as much build space as possible.
Well, the projects are getting bigger now.
Yeah, I mean, if there was one with a bigger build plate.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I guess if you had to choose one.
Yeah, but the good thing about that one is that it's enclosed.
Yeah.
So a bigger build volume, but enclosure.
Yeah. And you can do small stuff as well. Yeah. So if I had to put it down to one, I'd say that one. But yeah, it's entirely what you're doing at the time.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to offend it. It's just a machine, right?
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, no. The what did we start on? We still run our original.
Yeah. So K2 Plus is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. But we still we still run our Ender 3, our very first printer, and that we got in lockdown. He runs specifically these days.
So he run like these wheels.
We
TPU printed wheels. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we still run him. So he's never let us down.
And like I was saying earlier, you can get these on. We made them available to download on our Patreon page.
Oh yes. But yes, and yeah, and then Dan he uses what is it, Bamboo Labs or something?
Was it the A1, Dan?
What about Black Radish? Does he? What kind of printer do you use, dude?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't think I've asked.
I think everybody
has
a personal preference, right?
Yeah. But I guess you want the one that works, but within your budget. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go like blow your bank balance up.
No. Just start with something. We always refer to 3D printers as like a hammer. It's it's the Bamboo P1S. Nice. Cool,
Nice.
man. Yes, very cool. With an AMS, and we use the CMS with these characters as well for multicolour printing and stuff.
41 degrees, is that okay?
I'll let them cool down a bit more.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, no, it's one of those ones we always think of 3D printers as like a hammer, and you can't really do some things without it, because you know we don't just make planes and these sorts of things or drones. We do make like you know, parts like door handles or
Something a functional.
yeah. You can design it, and then it becomes it's good. Yeah.
A usable piece, right?
A functional item. Yeah, it's cool. I need to get like a scalpel to get that, but like a pick or something like that. But nonetheless, you can kind of see. Especially, did you guys model your own parts? Absolutely, 100%. These days we, I think
Pretty much all we do. Yeah.
99% of our stuff is all through our model our own parts here.
99.9%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we always go to say Thingiverse or something to see if they have it. But these days we're making our own
Designs like we did.
like this guy, like this plane. We designed that, or yeah, just all our. These days, it's one of those things where we just design all our own stuff. Anyway, so that part will go into there, and the rubber band for suspension will go on that side. Hang on, I'll hold it there.
Do we have a rubber band?
I don't know.
What about a pin? Do you have a little pin?
So yeah, so it'll keep it vertical, but then we'll get suspension on the way back. This is the plan. Dan says, yeah, once you get a 3D printer, modeling your own parts is inevitable. Yeah. And Black Radish, he runs an Ender. Nice. Very cool, man.
Does that nail fit? Is it too big?
Go for.
Just to poke it through.
Oh, just for now?
Yeah, just for now.
Just for looks. A little bit bigger, too.
What
Yeah,
about...
no, Ender's, so that one's the Ender 3 Pro inside there?
Yeah.
That's our original one. It's still running strong. I don't think the only thing we've ever changed on him was the beard itself. We wore the beard out originally, the original beard out, and it's a second beard. But you know, you just put him back on, give him a bit of oil, and away she goes again. So we just put a nail in there to show you what the pivot angle will be like. So there you go. It's the front wheel, and then when you put a rubber band on it, we'll keep it upright. Ta-da! I think that's pretty good.
And then the pivot on the top, right?
And then that part, yeah, there you go.
I don't know if it's the right size.
No, this is a smaller ball.
Yeah.
Maybe this one. Maybe by the time we grow old, we'll be able to make our own dentures. Yeah, you could make them out of resin printing.
What software do we use for modeling? At the moment, over the years, we use...
Well, on this live stream.
On this live stream, we'll be using...
On the start of the live stream, you're welcome to go back and have a look. But we're using...
Design Spark Mechanical. But yeah, you could use... we've used Fusion 360. Yep, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
What's it on? SolidWorks? Yep,
Oh, we started on SolidWorks.
Started on SolidWorks. Fusion 360 is all good. Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, nice.
Oh, cheers, yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you. And that part will go on there. It's a swivel. There's some more debris in there I need to pick out. But yes, that part there will swivel, and we'll add some rubber band across there to hold it vertical. And then we'll just get a bit of boink, boink.
It actually works right.
It's quite good. And this part here that I haven't finished will go on the top. Okay, this is a ridiculously long one. It's not that long, but once.
Just that in between joint.
Yeah. That will be, and those will be on the plane.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see. Wow, that's a long suspension.
It's not that long.
It's not that long. It's like a little bit.
Yeah.
Hope he says this closer than you think. My mum just got dentures and they scanned her mouth and 3D printed the molds.
Wow, very cool, man. Always enjoy these streams, guys. Keep it the great work. Got to run now, but progress of the project good.
Looking forward to the next one. Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
everyone.
likewise, man. Thanks very much for joining in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, for sure. And
I'm using Onshape. Yeah,
Onshape, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yes, like happy. RC was saying we'll be signing out. I guess that came off print, so that's good. And I guess we jump over to the next.
It's actually quite good, eh? It's quite good how it does it. So yeah, so like Harry was saying, there'll be a rubber band holding those together. So as it comes down, impact, 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 impact. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I'm happy with that.
And then that part there of what they're designing on that one is to add
Swivel.
a swivel insert,
But not
that band
drop the thing.
to not drop it, and then that way it will stop it from going 90 degrees or 180 degrees, and then on landing.
Yeah,
that
it's the
would
plan.
suck, right? To counter that.
Okay, so we jump over to the other camera, Richie, and we'll do our little sign out. So yeah, so thanks very much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys, and we'll jump over to the other one. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think we've done pretty good on this live stream. I'm happy with it. Hope you guys are happy with what we've achieved on this live stream.
I don't have a 3D print. Oh, that's right. Take your time. Yeah, you don't need to rush into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just start somewhere, right?
Just start somewhere. Practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you get a printer, cool. You know.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
But we don't just do printing, we do CNC as well. And that's an interesting one. We use that mainly on Fusion.
Fusion 360.
I think we did a live stream ages ago, but I think it would be quite nice to do another live stream about that.
it's a lot of prep involved with that.
Yes, behind the scenes, a lot of coding. I guess you call it coding.
Settings.
Settings. Yes.
Okay, so we'll sign out.
Yeah, we'll sign out. We'll jump into the other one. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll
Cool.
sign out.
We'll see you on the next live stream, or on the episode coming out on a Tuesday. All good, Richard?
All good?
Yes, you're in frame.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so coming up on Tuesday, what's happening, Richard?
On Tuesday next week, we are back in the flight field with the world's largest 3D printed heavy lift drone. We're going to take to the skies again, do some more flight testing because it's a process.
Yes.
It's not going to do it itself, so yeah, good to
That'd
get
be
back
cool.
in the field. So that was the big thing, and
That'll be coming out on Tuesday.
super hot day, that one. So yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. It should be fun. And this week was we were working on the jetpack, and we started the design, showed you what's happening, and yeah, you can check that out as well.
And that's a full size jetpack. So we're calling it the drone powered jetpack.
Drone pack.
Drone pack.
For sure.
So
Okay.
jetpack, drone powered, drone pack.
Yeah, he gets it, yeah. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks very much for past, present, and future. I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard. We have to thank all our sponsors. Thank you most importantly of all for tuning in. And we see each other in a very short amount of time. It's Sunday for us, so we'll see each other Tuesday for that episode. Right?
Yeah. Okay, and we'll see each other next week on Livestream.
Yeah.
See you dudes. Thanks so much. And 3, 2, 1, go. Agile racing, agile racing, agile racing.
Yeah. See you guys.
Good night, dudes. Thanks so much.
Check back into it.
See you next week.